Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me. And this is specifically for anyone who has been to any one of my previous streams. If you hear me, then you better than you've previously heard me before. Getting myself all situated with the baby. So I have a bit of a sleepy co-host with me today. But yes, if you guys can hear me and hear me better, than you've normally heard me before, louder, clearer. If you could put microphone emojis in the chat. Corgi, you know the deal. Okay, perfect. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Crest, Corgi, Topher, Deb, Flower Loki, Sherry, Nicholas. Did I miss anyone? Brandy with a Y. Happy Sunday, everyone. Oh, Caroline. Hi, how are you? Or is it Carolyn? Let me know if it's Lynn or Line. I feel like actually might be Lynn. Happy Sunday, everyone. Oh, chicken and gnocchi soup. That sounds delicious, Corgi. Lasagna. Lasagna is one of my favorite foods. Fun fact, Deb. Rainy but cozy Sunday. We love a rainy but cozy Sunday. It's a little drizzly where I am here. We're getting some spaghetti. So lots of pasta today. My husband's actually making macaroni salad. So lots of pasta, and I'm loving all of the microphones. Yay! So yes, after much tweaking and tinkering throughout the week, I think finally solved the audio issue, which is great because I was fearing that I was going to have to get a new microphone, and I really didn't want to have to do that. So the last thing to do on my end is figure out why my DDV screen isn't opening at the moment. I hope I don't have to like reset it up and everything because that's not fun. But it looks like everyone's having a great Sunday. Carolyn. Okay, thank you. That's what I suspected when I saw the Y, but I never want to assume. So I'm glad we got that going. Okay, let's see. Yeah, for some reason my DDV screen is not being picked up by OBS. But that might also be a me issue. Okay, let's see here. Let us see what we can do. It's always something, right? It's always something. But we're going to get there in the end, and that is the part that matters. So, everyone, I'm excited about the showcase. I will not be streaming during the showcase, but I will be streaming later, so I'm excited for that. We do have a new command that you guys can use today. Exclamation point bug. Oh, exclamation point bug. My brain. Hi, bug. The new command is exclamation point wish. Sorry about that. But yes, we have a new command, exclamation point wish. Just a few what I think are the most common wishes or expectations from the showcase. So yeah, have fun with that. See what comes up. But hi, Bug. You are a star. Yeah, the words blended in my head, and so here we are. I'm excited for the showcase. This will be my second time watching the showcase, but first time really having a deep understanding and appreciation for what the showcase means for the game. So it's not just, a DLC announcement, just the way it celebrates, at least from what I understand, the way it celebrates the community. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. Just transferring a sleeping baby. But the way it celebrates the Dreamlight Valley creator community. It showcases obviously what's coming in the DLC, what's to come for the year. And it really just feels like kind of one big online party. And so I'm excited to really be going into it knowing what I'm going into, if that makes sense. Especially the lead up to it. I never got to really see that many developer updates and things like that prior to the last showcase. So I'm excited for this lead up. Well, this lead up, I should say, has gotten me excited. Oh, Carolyn, it's your first. Deb, it's your first. Yes. Oh, we are so excited. Um, so I obviously, if you guys can tell as you do your wishes, I have a few hopes and wishes and predictions. Wow, my DDV is really not communicating with my OBS. I know a few people experienced this problem earlier this week. I'm just gonna assume it's a DDV thing. What's happening? I don't know. We're gonna try something else. But yeah, I know there are a lot of things that I'm really excited about, but Loki hoping there's going to be bear cubs with one of the companions. You know, that is actually really cute. Besides goats, and the only reason goats came to mind because I'm thinking of the movie Wish. Um, Besides goats, I really hadn't given the companions much thought, but that's a really good one. Bear cubs. I think that would really fit. Hi, Janice. How are you? Happy Sunday. Thank you for hanging out. This thing's really not working. Oh my gracious. Hey, streamers in the chat, OBS users in the chat. What do you do when your DDV scene won't open its properties to let you select the screen? What do you do? What do you do? Asking for a friend. Friend being me. Um, I have two setups with DDV as the game, and neither one of them is actually letting me select the scene, the setup, anything, or even create a new scene, which is very, very interesting because everything else is working. You restart OBS. Um, if I restart OBS, will the stream keep going, Crust? Do you know? I just want to be sure. Because while you guys were chatting before, I had already restarted it once for a different reason. Um, okay, it might just be buggy. Okay, so we're just gonna assume it'll still keep the stream going. Okay, let's do that. So we're quitting OBS. Oh, burn it all down, bug. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Showcases are my favorite day of the DDV. Yeah, I mean, yes. Um, it'll take the stream down. Oh, boo hiss. Yeah, it's not letting me do anything in my scenes. Okay, guys, we might have to. I was trying to avoid having to do this. Hi, Meg. Past your bedtime. I totally understand. Thank you just for stopping by, saying hi. Lurk away, get some sleep. Sleep is important. Um, I don't want to have to restart the stream. Yeah, every other window is working except the DDV window. Alas, this might be what I have to do. Okay, if I have to restart the stream, it shouldn't take too long. We'll be right back. Thank you, Carolyn. This is stream number 3. We're still in beta stages, so thank you guys for rocking with me. Um, okay, I hear the game. I guess that doesn't mean anything to you guys. um, all right, we're gonna I think I'm gonna have to stop fighting it and simply. I thought restarting the game. It did. Wait. Restarting the game might have did a thing. I think we did a thing. Ah, I think we did a thing, guys. Restarting the game. Okay, so glad I didn't completely give up, but also like super stubborn. So, so there's that. All right. Let me know if what you guys are seeing is Cogsworth and Lumiere on the screen. If you see the clock and the candle and the home screen, let me know. Yay! Success! Okay, it might be super loud though. So that is, or it might just be super loud in my ears. All right, let's lower that volume. Okay, let me know if you guys hear the game. You see it perfect. The candle and the clock are dancing. Okay, success. Oh, who said being stubborn doesn't pay off? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we are obviously going to be playing some DDV, but not really playing. We're going to be decorating. I don't even remember what I was last doing the last time I was here, so I don't know what you guys are going to see when I pop up on screen. Oh, okay. I'm in my farming attire. Yes, I was heading to my pumpkin island. Hey, Melissa. Happy Sunday. How are you? Thank you for hanging out. By the way, I don't think just with all the chaos going on, I don't think I asked everyone like how you guys are doing. I know you were talking food and entertaining one another in the sort of waiting area. But I hope everyone's having a great Sunday, doing good, feeling good, looking good, being good. I know for me, I'm having a fairly good Sunday. I like slow Sundays, I like quiet Sundays, and that's what it's been today. So it's been a good Sunday for me. I did have a little bit of housekeeping. We took care of one thing. This is, you might hear me flipping the pages of my sheet. As they came in, I mean, this was many scrolls ago, but you guys probably saw the link for Cress of Cozy Cress Plays. You probably saw the link for Topher of Topher's Tavern, although YouTube is pulling his YouTube link and not his Twitch link. Topher streams over on Twitch, two amazing DDV creators. So their links are in the chat. So hopefully you guys were able to see that. The second bit on my housekeeping list was the audio, which we've clearly fixed. So yay. Crash your sleepy. Same. But you know, we persevere. I hope you've been getting some rest, taking care of yourself. I'm glad you're here, and if you ever feel like you need to duck out and lurk and sleep and nap, do you, boo boo. Do what you need to do. I will totally understand. Carolyn, overwhelmed in a chaotic fun way by the DDV catch-up grind. I felt that. I totally understand that. I got to that point, I'm going to say a couple of days ago. I just felt like, okay, I'm about to crash out. And for me, it was definitely self-imposed. I will say that. Just because of the deadlines and things that I gave myself for what I want to finish, you know, before the update and before the DLC releases. And I really had to take a step back. I even dusted off my Infinity Nikki, which I'm really excited to get back into now that it has home and decorating. So yeah, I totally understand. Carolyn, when I get to that point, I take a break from watching a lot of streams. I dial into some of my other games. I have some iPad games that I enjoy playing, so I cracked those open as well. And then I also decorate when I feel like, okay, all the like practical stuff in the game is overwhelming me. I just find a corner to make pretty in my valley. So I hope the overwhelm, even though you said it's a chaotic fun way, I hope becomes more fun than chaos sooner rather than later. And you're very welcome, Cress. Bug, I'm excited for the showcase. I can't wait to see what's going on Wish Blossom Ranch and what the next year holds. I'm very excited. I was not an early player of this game. I have never played a game for as long as I've been playing DDB. And yet, in the small amount of time, year and a half that I've been playing, I have seen so much progression. As much as we get frustrated, and I call it glitch loft. I gotta say, I've seen so much progression and so much evolve in just this past year and a half. So I can only imagine what they have lined up for 2026. Working on the DDV duties grind as always. That's something else like that overwhelms me. So I needed to kind of really give myself permission. Let's start moving. I had to really give myself permission to let that go. Like I'll get it done when I get it done. I'll get those duties and things done. And um I can't feel bad if I'm not able to get it done within a self-imposed timeline, if that makes sense. So this is my outfit of the day. All the mining tasks for the DLCs. I seldom look at the tasks for the DLCs. I actually don't know how far I am. So today the plan is to get some dailies done, and then we're gonna keep decorating the storage house. If nothing else, that is the one self-imposed task slash goal that I want to get done before the DLC, just because I do remember last year when starting Storybook Vale, that's when it hit me that my storage systems weren't actually systems. Things were in chest, but it wasn't a system. It's kind of like the equivalent of like in real life where you go to Target or IKEA or the Container Store and you buy all the pretty baskets, but you shove everything and anything in them. So on the outside, your pantry or your closet looks really pretty because you have all the pretty baskets and all the wicker and all the things. But then when you start pulling things out, nothing makes sense. That's what my storage house was starting to look like. And Storybook Vera really highlighted those deficiencies for me. So my one goal that I for sure am sticking to when it comes to getting something done before the update is going to be finished decorating my storage house. Hi Hippie. I thought okay, I thought I saw Hippie come in. Hi Hippie, happy Sunday. How are you? How are you? Thank you for hanging out. Oh guys, and thank you for 24 likes. Ew, pew 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 pew. We're gonna pretend I had sound effects and like real trumpets. I have them, but I refuse to even try to play them lest I break something else that's more important in my OBS setup. So I figure I'm just going to keep it real simple and cute for a couple of weeks before diving into those other elements. But hello, Hippie. Who else came in? I thought I saw someone else came in that I missed. Maybe I made that up. Thank you for 24 likes, everyone. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. Okay, I have so many things to unlock. Still quests and chugging along. I mean, we're all doing the best we can, to be quite honest. The other day, I found a random chest with fish in it in the desert. I was like, wow, where'd that come from? Yeah, so one of the first things I did, um, yeah. Oh, Carolyn, I'll be mouthing the sound effects in the meantime. But yeah, I love a good random sounds as well. One more storage island to build. So Hippie is churning out these storage islands. I love that. And it you gotta correct me if I'm wrong, Hippie. It has to be so satisfying every time you finish one. How many do you have right now? I think like four. Do I have that number right? Um, that is kind of the feeling that I have when I work through each floor. So I just want to come back to the sir over here and get some more flowers. I actually used to have a chest near him, but in an effort to get myself organized, I went around, so I might not be able to collect much. I went around and emptied out all the chests. Well, I picked them up. So I had a chest here, I had a bite cart, I had one on the beach for my fish. I think I picked it up. I emptied out the ones that I had on the forest, and I went around and just picked up all those storage. Let me make sure that I had kind of in different places just so I could. Okay, this one's still here. No big deal. This one is fine. I needed to feel like I had some control over where my things were and that I actually had them in places that were intentional. I did the same with the storage for my fruits here, my orchard here. So I actually need to put those bite cards back. I really love using those around the valley as opposed to just a chest, because it looks like it's part of the decor. Um, I think I'm gonna skip the dailies because we lost so much time. And there's not much dailies that I need to do. It was kind of just go around to the stalls and things like that. You have 6 islands. Okay. Wow. Um, which islands did you use and what are the themes for them? I am so curious. So this is one that I finished. I think you guys might have all seen this one last week. And a lot of them I want to go back and do finishing touches, but just to kind of walk you guys through what's done, and then what I would like to work on. We can do a poll and you guys can pick the floor that we work on for today. But this floor is resources and refined materials, as they call it, and enchantment. So I'm just using 2 rooms in this floor, so that way, because the last time I had it, I was using all 4 rooms and having, oh, let me know if you guys still hear me over the music, by the way, in the game, and I can lower it. Um, Having the doors though for these 2 rooms really made it hard to work around. So now it's just all of my materials, and when I get the DLC, the next DLC, I will be incorporating it in somehow. Um, we'll figure that out. However, if it needs to be expanded to the back room, I'm okay with that, and enchantments can move to my treasures floor. This is a work in progress for me. Okay, perfect. I still sound good. Okay. Because I hear everything in my ears, so I couldn't tell if the game was necessarily louder than me. Da, da, da. I've gotten all my storage indoors. I tried floating islands, but it got really overwhelming. I am the same way, Bug. I didn't even actually try. I just have my farm as one island, and I can only imagine what it would be like. I enjoy going to that island for my produce and my seeds and things. I completely transferred my seeds out of my house, put that over there. However, I could only imagine if I had to do that for all my resources. And while I absolutely love the way they look, I realize my brain just does not work that way. And so I love when people are identifying the way that best suits the way they think. That's, like real life storage, like what is going to work best for you. And that's what makes the system work. And so I've seen Hippie walk through hers and I see how it makes sense for her. Mine makes sense for me. I've seen all manners of different other storage. We talked about this last week. I know a few of you have dedicated house skins, like so your flower shop house is your flower storage. I think Crest, you might be one of those people. Actually, I know someone, their Eric ship, that's their fish storage, like because they see the pirate ship, they think fish. And so I love that we're just identifying ways that suit the way we think and function as opposed to I saw it on Pinterest and it looks nice. So I needed to do this revamp for the way my brain works. Um it's driving me bonkers internally that I'm still missing display items in my storage rooms. I think I'm gonna hunt for them specifically. Do it. Do it. That is the one thing I'd like to try to be a completionist on. So I say do it. Crest, that makes sense. I need to up my storage game. I don't think I've ever seen your storage, Crest. um it's more aesthetic than it is functional. That is a balance for those of us who love to decorate. However, my brain is 50-50. I'm equally creative as I am analytical, and so that's why I don't go as hard on themes and stuff as much as I do for the functionality, although this room tells a different tale. So this is my enchantment rooms. So it's where I keep like my potions, my shiny gifts. Spoiler alert, this is also where I did my last dream stab because I just don't have time to build a new thing. I just found the right angles and got it done. So spoiler alert, dream. Did I see Jam sneaking in? Hi, Jam. Hello. Happy Sunday. How are you? Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. How are you? How's Mr. Jam? How's Marmalade? How are the cats? But thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Thank you, Carolyn. Yeah, this is yes. Yay, it worked. I feel like I need an it worked alert. So Jam, another amazing creator hanging out with us. So her link is there in the chat. So unlike myself at the moment, and a few other creators, Jam doesn't just play DDV. Funny story, I first came across her channel, even though she was a big deal in the Dreamlight community. I first came across her channel because of Hogwarts Legacy. I had just gotten to the thick of my time playing Hogwarts Legacy. I was like, oh, who's this? And then I recognized the name, I think from one of Topher's streams or somebody else's stream. And I was like, oh, someone that's actually streaming Hogwarts Legacy. So she plays Hogwarts Legacy. She does retro game nights. It's a blast every time I hang out over there. So yeah, go check her out. All right, let's see. Deb used 3. Oh, how did I get this far behind? Oh, Chris, I get it. Okay, I get it. I used 3 islands, 2 are pumpkins, same. 1 is a farm, same. Wait, I just realized you said 2 are pumpkins. Oh, you got money. Okay. Oh, speaking of that, shameless plug. So tomorrow I need to put it up on the channel. I will be doing a pumpkin harvesting ASMR. I put this on my, and there's a whole backstory behind it, but TLDR, essentially it's something that's super cathartic for me as someone who just deals with anxiety, getting overstimulated, ADHD. Pumpkin harvesting has really become a way to recalibrate my nervous system. Literally just listening to the sounds, sometimes with Bridgerton soundtrack in the background. So I'm going to be doing a pumpkin harvesting ASMR stream tomorrow. If you guys want to join me, I would be happy to have you there. It'll be later in the afternoon. I'll get the time up on the channel. Yeah, it's just going to be not me yapping, but just literally the ASMR harvesting and selling and getting as rich as possible. So hopefully it'll be a good time. Your greenhouse and barn or storage houses crash. Yeah, that's what I thought. So Hippie is breaking her islands down for us. One is time bending, her ancient landing island. That makes sense. Gems is forgotten lands. Flowers is meadow. Theme is, oh, that sounds gorgeous. I don't think did I see that one? I don't think I saw that one. Ingredients are the glades. Ratatouille themed. Love that. Fish is the beach. That tracks. Yep. And materials of the wild tangle. Wow. I love the way those sound. Hippie, like I said, one of these days I'm just going to come visit your island, and we are going to, for anyone especially who feels like, hey, I do want to do island storage, she's the queen of it. Topher, it worked. Thank you. Can Topher, I will absolutely make you a mod just to come in and say it worked randomly. Like just for that. Let me know and we can totally set that up. Okay, let's leave this room. Okay, I've been standing here long enough. Focus. Love that glitch, by the way. So these rooms are done. The next room, this floor is a work in progress, so we can totally keep working on this one. Yeah, Cress, I thought I was up to date, and then I did one more scroll and I said, oh, there's more. I didn't realize that was happening. So this floor is a work in progress. This is the only decorated room. Essentially, my plan is for every floor, the theme of every floor, the main room, if all the rooms are being used, is going to be more of like a landing area. And so this is the pantry. So this is also like kind of like where I grab my the fridges and things are filled with fruit salads. So this is where I would grab those if I need energy, if I need to do a quick cook, a quick drop off, I can do that in there. And then I have, you know, the designated areas here. Started to work on this, but nothing. And when I say like literally the that one's not, but this fridge, this is a touch of magic fridge because I want to match the cabinet. I keep these in here, grab some, go about my business. And this is where I kind of drop things off, which I have obviously have not been doing. So let's just go ahead and do that, I guess, while we're here. Let's put that to use. I actually got this idea from Tiger Lily. She did a complete revamp of storage for Yeah It's Mirror here on YouTube, and that idea of like a sort of drop off triage really stuck with me. So that's why I want to have the main areas. I recently finished this room. So this is the fruits and veggies. And I have not everything displayed, but everything stored. So I kind of just displayed so I'll know by color because some items I store more than others. Enjoy your lurk, corgi. Yes, you're making the gnocchi, right? Yes, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Have a great dinner. Um, oh, Deb, your character has the stuff on the beach island. Right now, who's on my beach island? Just Ariel. Just her there by herself. I need to build it up. I have a plan in mind. I just need to get over there. You did it in a house too, ground floor, James time, but yeah, I love that we're all finding our ways. So yeah, I don't display everything, but it kind of lets me know. So like I know, okay, my carrots, my pumpkins are also in here just because I know it's orange, but one of the pumpkins too large. But I also don't store a lot of it because I sell most of them. So there's a lot of things I don't display. So when we get whatever the new produce is in the next DLC, I will kind of just adjust what's being displayed on top. But it's really all by color. This side is all veggies. And if it doesn't work with the new DLC, if I find that like, oh wow, there's a lot more produce than I expected, then we tweak and repeat. And this side is all the fruits. The back is fruits and veggies according to what the game calls fruits and veggies. So the almonds, the nutmegs, those. However, the ones that are in bowls, I just felt like I'd rather display them in the back versus in the color order. And so that's what's in this chest as again, those kind of bold fruit, vegetables, so the beans, the almonds, those. That's what's in there. And I once upon a time had coffee in here. Okay, I removed it. I might put the coffee back in there. I might not. We'll figure that out. Enjoy your lurk, Meg. Again, if you fall asleep, I won't take it personally. Oh, happy early birthday to your fiance. Happy birthday to yeah, I'm not a singer. But I hope your fiance has an amazing, amazing birthday. I hope you guys are doing something that is at least fun for you, whatever that enjoyment looks like. Oh, that is so exciting. Hippie, your fortress on your storage island, fast drop off. So that's your triage area. Yes. And then once it's full, you put it where it belongs. Yep. We love a good triage. That's kind of where I'm at. That was one of the things I was lacking. This one I haven't, as you can see, I put it down, but I haven't worked on it yet, so we can totally work on that. This is the herbs, spices. Those chests are actually probably, I think I put them in my pocket already. Either that or I lost them. It's one of the two. I really love this feature where, yeah, so that's these. So that's literally like, so the basil, the mint, Mulan's teas, the royalty. Instead of me trying to remember, I can literally just, it is going to be everything in, oh, grains are also in this room. In this category and this category. That's what's all going in this room. So I set the bones the other day. Hi Zara, how are you? Yes, you finally caught me live. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm glad you caught me. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. Main floor, base floor. I really, really love seeing how each one of us has something completely different for our storage. So main floor, base is to EI, SBV. Yeah, I know a lot of people who do like one floor per DLC as well. I felt like I hoard way too much for that to work for me because that meant I had 4 rooms to use for all the ingredients from there, all the resources from there, all the fish from there, all the gems from there. Um, yes, please rewatch tomorrow, Meg. Sleep is way more important than me. So you have a great rest. Again, I hope your fiance has an amazing birthday tomorrow. Hippie, are you talking about the spices room? Thank you. All right. Let's see. And then this back one's gonna be protein. Nothing's been done back here. My dairy and my protein. I just dropped the fridges that were holding everything in here. So it's the stuff that I buy from Remy's, and these are the ones from Gaston, the meats, and such. And there's some others that I need to bring in here that fall under that protein category. I will say though, some of the things that they identify as an herb, as a spice, or whatever, I don't necessarily think of it that way. So I did put it in the place where I feel I'm most likely to look for it. So I don't have my onions, for example, under vegetables, because when I think about it, I think about it in the same way that I think of my garlic. And so I have it in the herbs and such room. My treasures floor, I should say, has not been touched at all. So this one is one that needs to eventually be done, but this is what it will. I'm lying. Let me not say it hasn't been touched at all. I did play around with. I wanted to turn this room into a giant chessboard, and this is as far as I got because I don't do anything with my scramble coins. I have all of them, and so I did this. Because I don't know why I thought they were bigger, and so I was just gonna put them on the floor, and then I realized, oh, they don't work on the floor because they're tiny. So that's all that's on this one. Last week, you all voted to do flowers. Forest fish, by the way, nothing's done there. You all voted to do flowers, and you started it. You guys helped me pick the flooring and the wallpaper, and then my hyperfixation kicked in, and I finished it. So there's some details I still need to add. However, this is what we're working with. So this is how the rooms are set up. Why is it not opening? So again, the main room is really just kind of letting me know what floor I've landed on, essentially. And then I broke it up by color. My previous storage was by map. So it was initially Valley, Storybook Vale, Eternity Isle, and I actually had seeds. My seeds now live on my farm, which I can totally show you guys, but now I'm doing it by color. So that way, whenever I get whatever we get from the DLC, I just need to filter them into their right color. The only flowers or supplies in this room, these two green chests are soil. One's just full and the other one's not full yet. And this tiny chest is, if you cannot tell by the enchanted rose, is my roses. So that is all that's stored in here. And then triage. So let's look at what we worked on. Hippie, I'm a major hoarder in 6 storage houses. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I hoard a lot, but if you're a hoarder, like I'm a hoarder, and you made the islands work, okay, shout out to you. You have 6 storage houses. That would explain why you have 6 islands. I also hoard, and I'm running into a problem now where I need to tweak my storage. Or yeah, so I actually thought about, so funny you say that, a floor for overstock. I actually thought about having a backflow room. If you guys noticed in my refined storage room, I have some chests in front of chests. So some of the sticks that we collect, I have a full chest of them. Glass, my iron ingots because of the stoves. And I thought about having just a dedicated backstock room, if you will, just for things that I like. The chest is completely full, and short of me just crafting a whole bunch of pathing, that chest is going to stay full because I'm already filling another one. I was thinking about creating an area for that. So I say, if you're thinking about the same thing, Melissa, do it. That new green window is currently my whole identity. I had to resist using it in so many other rooms till first, so it is really good. I love a round window. I love just the different shapes and having options, I should say. Ooh, Corgi, we're getting tea. Genevieve's mint. Ooh, that is actually a really great tea for this time of year, by the way. Garden fresh. Enjoy your tea, Corgi. So this is all of the warms, the roy, if you will. So reds, oranges, and yellows, and pinks. So I literally just did it in color order. Within the chest, they are in Valley, Eternity Isle, Storybook Vale order, going this way. And so this last one is empty, assuming that these animals. Assuming that we're gonna get some reds from Wish Blossom Ranch, they would go in this chest, and then I keep going this way with the orange, and then around this way with the yellows, although the yellows actually start this way because my brain just couldn't, I don't know, I just felt like if I come down this way I needed to go this way. So over here this is the empty one, well, partially empty. So that's this room. Absolutely loved getting a chance to use these alcove windows, and I couldn't have this room and not have the orange butterflies in it. I mean, come on, it was right there. What's going to be a headache is moving everything from the storage houses to the islands. I wanted to have everything built before I moved everything. Yes, and that's what I initially wanted to do with my storage house. And I was like, if I decorate these rooms though, if I wait till I decorate, why can't I get out? There we go. If I wait till I decorate these rooms, I will never get anything done. And that's why I just had to like start throwing chests in my inventory and dropping them off in their right rooms. Because at least for my storage house, part of the problem was also that I needed to move floors around. So here is our cools. So we don't have purple chests, so they're white. Our blues, our greens. Again, we have blue and purple butterflies, so it's kind of like obviously I'm going to use them. That is a theme in here. I've actually never used this door, so I was really excited to finally get to use it. It looks really great with this flooring and this wallpaper. They are not from the same collection, in case you are wondering. And again, the same kind of concept, just kind of going around. So over here, this is my empty green one, assuming we get green flowers from Wish Blossom Ranch, and the blue one and a purple. I'll tweak as needed once I actually see what we have. And then the neutral room. So this floor is done, but you guys are the ones that gave me the motivation to actually get this floor done in a timely fashion. My neutrals. This room was a pain in the butt because for some reason it kept glitching. Every time I moved something somewhere, it moved back to its original position. I don't know what was going on with that. So this room took an obnoxiously long time, not because it was difficult, but because the game was glitching. So I decided to make this one more of a longer room. It goes all the way down. So everything actually on, let's get in here. This entire side is valley up until this last chest, which is empty. And then this side is DLCs, Eternity Isle, Storybook Vale, and then these two are empty. So we'll see again what the flowers look like for this Wish Blossom Ranch, and then tweak accordingly. But very simple, neutral design. And the flower floor is done. So here's what we need to, I need to move my cursor. Here's what we need to do today. Figure out what floor to tackle today. So I have my treasures, which is gems, snippets, etc. We have the aquarium, which is exactly what it sounds like, so I don't need to explain that. We have the pantry, which is the ingredients ones that we saw. And I feel like there is another one that I am completely blanking on. Oh, the sixth floor, which I'll go in and look at later and show you guys once I get out of this. It is the gallery floor. I wanted to create a floor with literally all of the memories that I have completed thus far. So just putting the tapestries and memory frames on the walls, but also a gallery of items that I don't necessarily decorate with often, and just kind of knowing that I can walk into a space and see them, like an art gallery. I'll show you guys that. So this is, so the gallery floor is going to be memories, tapestries, and we'll go to that floor, although there's really nothing to see. So what are we decorating today? We're gonna put the poll up for 5 minutes. You guys will decide, and then once we end it, that is what we'll work on. So let me go to that gallery's floor. There's nothing to see. Oh, I almost forgot. This is also functional storage. I actually like to use the functional storage in the game. This is where all of my shiny flowers are. So the flowers that we picked up off the floor with Rapunzel and the button flowers, that's where those live. Also a little design hack if anyone cares. I don't know how this was supposed to be a tub for critters. However, I do love using it as a sink. So it works really, really well on a lot of tabletops and counters. So, you know, a little freebie design tip for anyone who wants it or needs it. This is the gallery floor that I was referring to. Nothing is done here, but essentially I want it to be full of these memory frames. That's going to be quite a task, tapping through all of those journals and what's not, but worth it. And then my junk drawer, basically stuff that we pick up around the world in different quests and what's not, and we don't know what to do with them. That's where that's going to go, and the tapestries in the back. These two floors are also storage, 7 and 8. But they're food, and they're still designed. I didn't they were on the right floor, so I didn't have to demo them to move them. They will get redesigned. However, right now they have a look, and so they are not a priority. They're not fully functional. They're not really efficient, but they work. And this is where all my savories are. I'll get to that. Okay, I didn't mean to pet these guys. So yeah, that is what we're gonna do today. So actually, while you guys do the poll, where is that tub and rug from? Okay, let me go back to that floor. What floor? We were on the 5th floor, right, hippie? I'm assuming you're talking about this tub and the rug below it. If so, the tub, it actually came as two different versions. This one has stuff on the inside. The other one's empty, which was so typical of glitch lofts. Those were from the Gelatin Star Path, the resort star path. If the patterns are to be indicative of what to expect almost a year or so out, I imagine some of these items may actually come back around December, January time, since that will be 1 year since we got gelatin. So that's where the tub is from. The rug was from the Savannah bundle. It was a premium shop item, if memory serves correctly, and it included, I think you were here last week, right, hippie, where I showed you guys my kind of my outdoor deck area, and that stove that I had in the middle, kind of like a fire pit. It included that bundle. It included some seating. I'm trying to get to that general area. Yes. So these are the items that came in the bundle. This lounge chair, this table, which I use all the time, this banner, the fireplace, and the rug. These were a premium shop bundle, so hopefully it comes to your recommended. I snatched it up so fast, mainly for the rug. However, I use this table a lot. I use this fairly often. As we can see, I bought 100 and I have yet to use these. However, I know where I want to use them. I just haven't gotten there yet. Tilper checking his balance. Corey. Yes, Corey, redo your storage. I'm on a crusade to get everyone organized, and whatever your storage looks like, set up and organized before the next DLC, so that we're not all feeling like headless chickens. Sorry, hey, trying to figure out where to put all the new things we get with Wish Blossom Ranch. Cheese and crackers, but oh, thank you, Buck. Actually, my daughter just made a plate of cheese and crackers for herself to nibble on. So, what is wrong with your recommended, Carolyn? Recommended I think I missed what was wrong with it, so please let me know. Recommended has become my new bestie, and hippie, let me know if that answers your question. All right. Oh, the 5 minutes is up. Recommended is my new bestie. I do wish we had more pin options. Recommended went from 4 recommended to 6, yet pinned stayed at 2. If pinned had even just went from 2 to 4, it would have been a game changer. So it looks like we are doing the aquarium at a whopping 37%. Treasures and pantry were tied. Gallery, y'all said I'm not interested. Get somebody else to do it. I'm not mad at it. I meant to load it in, but if you go to either my Instagram or my post tab here on what are we on? YouTube, you'll see what my old aquarium room used to look like. Um I really liked that theme. I meant to load it in for you guys to see it, but you know, life was lifing. Um I think I'm going to go with that same general theme. However, I have more room to play with. So you can find me on Instagram and on Pinterest, handle Lady Danbury Plays. If you're ever looking for kind of static images, I don't post images that often on YouTube. My images, my builds live on Instagram and Pinterest if you just want photos. So you will see the aquarium on there. So yeah, come hang out with me there. 2 months now and it isn't refreshed, even though everything is. Oh, it's an issue for several people. You know, that's the thing. You just want them to take your money. You think they'd fix the thing where they can at least take your money. Oh, and I know I went through a period where I wasn't getting anything good in my recommended. I can only imagine what it's like to not even have it refresh. So I hope they get that resolved sooner rather than later. I was saying in an earlier stream, someone else's stream earlier, I would settle for an update. No new characters, no new realms. That's purely fixes and some quality of life. Because I think a lot of these fixes get deprioritized as they're ushering in new characters, which means new storylines and kind of building all this content. The fixes and the quality of life get lower and lower on the priority list. Give me more pins. Give me a search bar. Fix my recommended glitch. Fix the glitch where I walk out of a door and I'm face planting on the floor. Like all these little things, just give me an update just for that. Carolyn, I really hope that gets fixed sooner rather than later. So, Hippie, that answered your question. Yay, my job here is done. And Topher the aquarium, I'm guessing you voted for the aquarium. So this right now is just planned to be one room. However, I am open to having to use the other rooms if necessary. You won't be able to, and I really love using themed storage. So I know a lot of people will use like the Aladdin chest or the new Storybook Veil chest or even just large chests. And obviously that makes sense because for some reason these aquariums are only small storage and it drives me crazy, just like the refrigerators. However, I really love using them. So I make it work. Prior to, because right now they're not in order, I just took them out my inventory and dropped them on the floor. Prior to what you see in front of you, all of my fish was just in alphabetical order. Not that I remembered what was in what. I would literally just run around and press smart transfer and just empty my pockets as needed. And then when we got Storybook Veil, I just made an aquarium for them. Right now, this is my little triage drop off. So that's what I've been doing while I've been taking advantage of the fact that Moana's boat can now be everywhere. I'm actually keeping up with my fishes and things. I don't think I'm going to deviate from alphabetical order. I don't think I love a good Roy G. Biv. I don't think that's going to work for the fish because some of them I can't even tell what color they are. So like even just kind of looking at this, like some stand out more. That will not work for me. I'd rather just put them in alphabetical order. However, I have way more stacks of things than I did before. I don't know why I keep opening that one. So yeah, I did alphabetical order, but I kept things like the octopi and the squid and the shrimp and the crab. They were all in one though. If I get to them, Storybook Veil, this was just like I just threw them in there because it was new. My shellfish are all in one, the starfish are all in one, the algae it's all in one, but the fish are just alphabetical order. This was a terrible example. So well, that's an example of that. I'm trying to get to one with just fish. So yeah, this for example is holding a lot of different fish. And there's still space, but then you go to this one. I had caught so many, was it this one? Yeah, I had caught so many of whatever this is that I needed to give it its own aquarium. So I think what I'm going to do is spread them out a little bit more. Oh yay, someone else who loves the aquariums. Thank you. I do wish that the other aquarium we have a larger size in terms of a visual larger size. I do wish that one was a large storage. The same way like that cooler that we craft is a large storage. The bike cart, I believe, is a medium storage. I would have even been fine with that. Because we do have, for those of you who don't know, we do have another fish tank aquarium situation in the game. Yeah, that one's not functioning storage. Actually, you know what? They've gone in and changed so many things behind our backs. Let's see if maybe, let's all cross our fins, if they've actually turned it into real storage. Wouldn't that be amazing? Honestly, I won't even be greedy if it's still just small. No. Yep. Okay. I was gonna say, even if it was still small, like just to have variety, but no, it's disappointment. That's what it is. It's disappointment. I remember going to an aquarium when I was little and had my hands on the glass, and a sea turtle came and put his flipper next to me. That sounds amazing. So my godson, when he's grown now, when he was little, like maybe 7 or 8, the first time I ever took him out like by myself, like I was the adult, like not with his parents or anything like that. I took him to the aquarium, and he was in awe of everything. I still have a picture from that day. He still has a picture from that day. To the point where he's currently studying mechanical engineering, and he recently created an aquatic robot. And I can't help but feel responsible for that early inspiration from that first trip to the aquarium. There's just something so magical about just being surrounded by these fishes. Like an aquarium to me is way more exciting and fun than a zoo. That sounds amazing, but oh, I hope you have a photo from that day. Um, that sounds like it was, back in the day when we actually printed photos. So I hope you have a photo from that day. So yeah, this is useless. Cool. But so we will do this room. I will see how far we get in terms of needing to spread out the storage. Um, to see if I need to open up another room. Actually, let's just leave that on the floor. Why not? Um, I might make some tweaks now that we have some more wallpapers and things. We can do the ceilings. But essentially, I want this room to feel like I'm underwater. Let's actually go to the wallpaper. My plan is to kind of have it feel like I'm in the sea. So I used a lot of the bubbles in the last design. I can't remember if I used this blue underwater one. I know there's another one. Or let's do this. I don't like scrolling. Not when I can help it. I can't remember if I think I used the light one. So we're gonna make this a democracy. Blue hearts if we like the blue underwater, purple hearts if we like the purple underwater. I'm game for either one. I could make a case for either one. Um, I just know that this is where I want to start because I want it to feel like it is underwater when I walk into that room. That was a lot of the vibe of the last one. So yeah, we don't need to set up a poll for that. Just blue hearts in the chat for the blue, purple hearts in the chat. I will put them each on 2 walls. For anyone who is, if you're like me, you're more of a visual person and those thumbnails mean nothing to you. And then we can go from there with, let me stand here. Yeah, so you can see the 2 corners. it'll just completely change the vibe of when I walk into the room, right? So the purple one will just be like a little bit more of a moodier vibe, where the blue will be light, bright. It's just a different type of ocean, or a different part of the ocean. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Now that my microphone works, I'm just gonna mute it. Before that, you guys couldn't hear when I sipped. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Okay, I'm seeing. Okay, well, Carolyn. All right, so I'm seeing. So right now we're tied. I'm seeing two purples. I'm seeing two blues. Yes. So the last one was, I guess I'm pretty sure I did the light one, so it leaned more Ariel. If I do the purple, definitely could lean more Ursula. I have a lot more items now. You know what? I actually forgot I had this turtle with me. I think that, you know what? Bug, I think you're right. And here comes Crest with the purple. You know what? Let's do the bug. So, in case you're like, how did I forget I had the turtle with me? Earlier when I was in my farm outfit, I was taking photos with every single one of the critters because I didn't know what half the poses were, and so I just needed to see what each of them did. Um, I have not been using them to their fullest potential, especially when you can like pause in between moving from one pose to the next. I have been missing out. Like I'm usually just standing there with my hand on my hip or something. So yeah, the last two that I did was the fox and the turtle, and so that's actually the only reason he's with me. So it looks like purple wins. All right, let's do it. Crest coming in with the winning vote. All right, so my preferred decorating style. So first, let me actually get my wallpaper out now that we have selected our wallpaper. I like to kind of just decide ahead of time what my palette's gonna be, and do a search for everything within that palette. And then I'll pepper in things that I find in all that I didn't find necessarily in the palette that I was working with. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So actually, let's pick a flooring. I want something that looks shiny since we're going in the dark direction. So I think this is what I used when I had the last one. So let's see what else falls in that. I don't love that. Let's see what we have. I'm not looking for anything in particular, just kind of seeing what's going to give me dark but also shiny, because although I thought about using cork for the sand effect, but I actually don't love that for this room. I might just go, nope, too bright. Too blue. What is this? Wow. The idea of carpet in my aquarium just makes me queasy. I don't care that it's Dreamlight Valley. Carpet and water. No. Don't hate it, but don't love it. If there's a flooring that you guys think would work, let me know. I thought I had a black marble, kind of like this white marble, but I feel like I might have made that up. Or I might be thinking of this. What about these stones? Oh, I've never used this. What do we think about this airy mauve marble? I did we get this with the forgotten, since it's so high up in the list? This feels like a forgotten item. What do we think? I think I don't hate it. What do we think? And if there's one, that's so boring. Let me know what we think of the airy mauve while I go ahead and pick a ceiling texture. I tend to default to this, but oh, it doesn't look as great on the ceiling. I more often than not tend to just go with something dark if it's a moodier pattern. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, how do we feel about this room at a glance? How do we, let's some thumbs up, some thumbs down, some hearts. What are we thinking at a glance? I forgot I'm in the main room, so I don't have a door to change. Because I was gonna change the door while I was waiting. I think I like this with the aquariums because each of the aquariums will start to lighten up the space, kind of breaking it up with the teal. So I think that that's going to be the palette that I work with. So that's the sky while you're under the water. Yeah, do we love it? Do we hate it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know, guys. Also, thank you for 29 likes. 30 maybe. Yeah. Thank you for 29 likes though. Thank you not just for hanging out, but for actually liking, not just like the button liking, but for actually liking your time here with me. So it means a lot to me. I just heard Pokemon and I like Pokemon. It's in DDV and I must have Pokemon. No, I don't think that's happening. I actually don't know anything about Pokemon though. My daughter did ask me if I ever collected the cards, and I had no idea what she was talking about. All right, we like it, we like it, we like it. Wonderful. Oh, I need to go in furniture mode. Me and my big decorating pencil. All right, so here's what I mean when I say I like to just kind of go in. Um, so I know I'm doing some purples, some blacks, probably some blues, maybe some greens. Nah, the greens can come in later. So I like to start there with my color palette and or with the universe that I'm working with. So actually, let's start with the universe first because I want to see what the Little Mermaid. I feel like I'll get through that super fast. We don't have any other water related. I guess Atlantis, whatever we might have kicking around in there, which I think is honestly nothing. Um, yeah, we don't have anything else related to water. Nemo, sure, why not? All right, so let's actually start there. And then, well, we won't be doing any of this. I also need to pick windows. How many people have used these windows? I've used them in 3 builds, I think. These windows do not get enough commotion. Has anyone else used these windows? I absolutely love them, and I do not feel like they get the recognition and commotion that they deserve. I mean, I know that they're very niche. I think they're gorgeous. I think they were so beautifully done. No, I don't think this is gonna belong in this room. Oh, boo hiss. I hate when I do that. So I play on a Mac with a controller however I can, like I am at the moment, using, I can use my keyboard and mouse, which I just kind of like to do when I'm like searching, typing, etc. But every now and again, as a result, my controller will move the mouse someplace over to like over here. So I always have to be careful of that. So we were just gonna throw some things on the floor. I don't think I'm gonna use this vanity. I clearly never plan on using it because I only have the one. Don't think I'm gonna use this throne either, but I like to see my options. And like I said, I don't dislike these items, but like I was saying earlier, I prioritize the functionality over the fully themed decorating of my storage rooms. This is one of the times I prioritize function over aesthetics, and so something like this, these are going to take up a lot of square footage when I have this many aquariums that I need to fit into this room, and the room is already at its largest, by the way. I don't like this row, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, I did it again. third time's a charm. Because now I actually memorized where everything is. Alright, I'm just going to stick to my... I really like this rug. I could totally make something shake with that. The porthole feels like the best window. But I'll see what else we have that's not from this universe. I might use this. We'll see. We'll see. Love a good cabinet. It's like, and actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and I know for a fact, and I might use this. We'll see. I know for a fact I'm not gonna use these, so let's just get them out of the way. But there's potential for me to use these items. Okay, Bug, you love these things. Yeah, I think they're so good, and they're one piece. They come with so much detail. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just use them over the portholes. This worked for the if we were going to the lighter room, but I feel like the gold is a little out of place in here. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, yeah. We don't even need to vote. We're just gonna go with the stained glass. Okay, so now let's get out of here and let's go with my palette. Actually, first, I like to always keep a crafting table when I run into a room. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get that done. Why do I have... Okay. Is woman the quest? I don't know. I'm not gonna ask too many questions. And now let's do our purple, black, blue. I feel like that's gonna be what we're working with. And now we just scroll pretty much and see what stands out or what seems effective. I don't... Let me think. Is there any lighting? I don't think I need lighting in this room, to be quite honest. That's not what I meant to select. This one looks black, but I believe when it's actually out in the world, it's more of a bronze color. Ooh, I do like this. I prefer sconces in this game over ceiling lights. The stained glass window, you don't have it, Corgi. I am almost certain it was a premium shop bundle, so it comes with 3. So this is the Ursula one. The other one is Maleficent theme. Is it Maleficent themed or Evil Queen? Evil Queen themed, and the third one is Madam Mim themed. And it's I will I have them in the bills. I'll just quickly run to those places. Because I feel like to really appreciate them, you need to see them out in the wild. And I happen to have them all in the same building. I know some of you are having dinner. Is anyone else decorating or organizing? Okay, I have this building in 2 places. One is in my Forgotten Lands, which is complete, so y'all could see my Forgotten Lands, or in Ever After, so y'all could just see an empty biome. And let's just go to Forgotten Lands. So today on the channel, my Sunlit Plateau tour went up. Why did I do that? So that went up on the channel today. Next week will be the final biome tour of the Forgotten Lands, but you guys are going to see it before mostly everyone else. I'm lost. I need to rotate my well to make sure I'm landing in a way that I don't crash. So I think one is in this building. Oh, you're making your farm island. I had so much fun making my farm island. That sounds amazing. So the playlist has all of the biomes um that have been toured thus far. This one will be going up next week. So this is the Evil Queen one. Until you see all the details on the sill, the books, the rotten apple, gorgeous, darling. The other two, okay, what building is that in? I need to actually think really hard. That is actually in my ever after. Grinding, questing, collecting, fun. We're doing chores. I have a chore command. You guys should use it. See what chore it assigns to you. It might end up being the thing that you're doing anyway. But you're doing some flower storage. Nice. Crafts you wish you were decorating. You're editing. I mean, but you're editing because you decorated. So, I mean, that's the other side of it, right? Eventually, the more boring things have to get done. So that was the Evil Queen window that we saw. I think these are in. Nothing over here is decorated, by the way. So these are just buildings. You're doing your material island hippie. I can show you my farm island if you'd like, flower Loki, if that'll help you at all. I had a blast creating mine. Carol, I love the Disney villains so much. Where's my witchy cottage? There she is. I think it's this building. Pretty sure it's this building. I don't have my spreadsheet open in front of me, so I'm relying on my memory. Yeah, it's this building. It lets me in the door. So this is the Madame Mim one. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's such a beautifully done design. The color is gorgeous. And again, the details on the sill. Yes, it's very niche. It's very specific. However, I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, it was a bundle. All three windows were in that bundle. So hopefully, again, if we get that recommended fix, I hope for you that the day your recommended gets fixed, it ends up with all the things. So now I'm lost. How do I get out? I got lost for a second. All right, so we have foraging. Hang out with a villager. Deb, you're eating and doing some resource grinding. The lasagna's done. Moved on to, oh, what kind of ice cream? What kind of ice cream? Critter feeding. Yeah, my critters go hungry, so better you than me, Corgi. Scrooge search bar. And all right, let's go back to my house. I can just go to my house here. No big deal. I have a fairly easy time searching, like in decorating mode, right? Because I have keyboard and mouse on my Mac as needed. I play on PlayStation as well. Oh, one second. All right. And when I have to scroll on my PlayStation, it feels like an actual form of torture. It feels like they are actually saying they hate us. Villain Fanatic. There is a new villain game. It was the Villain Cafe game. I was going to get it and I forgot why I didn't. Have you gotten it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Have you heard of it? I think it's like villains meets, it's like Disney villains meets good coffee, great coffee. I guess is the impression I got from it. But it's like potions. Ooh, even your wheelchair cushion cover is villains. Oh no, okay, you love villains way more than I do. Uh-huh, I truly appreciate them. Who are your favorite villains, Carolyn? I can show you my farm island before I go back to the fourth floor. Yes, Corgi, I love them. Hopefully they come to your recommended soon. And I'm pretty stingy with my moonstones because I don't get a lot of them. How Farm Island. However, I don't feel like they were super expensive. I want to say they were maybe like in the 1500, 1700 range, if my memory is correct. It happens to me all the time, Corgi. I think it is a YouTube thing, especially if you had like went to another screen or something. It tends to send, like, it does that to me a lot. It'll send me back to the spot where I had like last like looked at the main tab or something. It's very strange. Okay, so this is my farm island. I'll do an overhead because I think that'll be. It is not efficiently set up for the DLC, by the way. My plan was to put the DLC in this quadrant, and then I ended up decorating this quadrant, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But this, actually, I'm lying. It wasn't a quadrant. It was going to filter everything in and then move into that quadrant, because this top half is every single vegetable, all the veggies, up until here, and then I go into herbs and I think it's, what is it, chia seeds and black pepper, and then the seasonal eggs that we got, I put them here. This, while this was not intentional, there is a produce that I thought we grew, and so I left the slot from here because they're all in alphabetical order. And then I realized it's not something we grow, and I was like, I'm not regrowing everything. And so I decided, well, this is a great place for my well. Had I realized that it was not a seed that we got, I think something from Storybook Vale, and that's why it threw me off. I was like, I'm not redoing it. And then this side is all fruits and grains, so it worked out. 3 fruits, 3 fruits, and then in the middle is all the grains. This is the only plot where they're sharing, um, over here, and then this is all sugarcane. This is all wheat because that's what I have the most of. So this is the farm island. I will eventually do a video on it, walkthrough. I had so much fun building this. I think the hardest part, this was the first time I ever used the river kit at the time. And so that was the hardest part, like kind of like playing around with the different pieces. I love how it turned out. And made a little bridge. And I keep little chests for everything. So if I do come and harvest here, there's extra seeds right there. I do have a little small pumpkin plot just because it is a vegetable. And then in here, so this is my hobbit house. It was already decorated before I built this island, and it just felt like a good fit. But also even the inside, like this is where the groundskeeper lives. Like it suits the area. Like this is the person who takes care of the farm, this is where they would live. And this is the only house that I have that functions as storage. It is where I keep all of my seeds, but I decorated the whole thing as a indoor farmers market. No freebies on this one. Although, whoever wants to, you can redeem the command finale. This is something I've been doing for the last 2 streams. I enjoy it. I hope you guys too. When you do the command finale, it selects one unseen area, one unseen interior that we tour at the end of every stream to send us on our way. I love them all for so they're all so unique. Yes, I mean Disney does good villains. If nothing else, Disney gives us amazing villains, so I don't blame you. It's doing something similar. Yeah, I didn't think about the ranch when I got this far into it, so here we are. And this is where my overflow of seeds are. But outside of this particular room, all my seeds are now just stored next to the plot where they are grown. Yay, Carolyn, you have a redeemed finale. And so it'll pop up in a little bit. Hi, Z. Hey, Coco. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to you both. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. So yeah, Caroline, what it'll just kind of pick one of the ones that I haven't shared yet. And yeah, that'll be what we tour at the end of the stream. And so here's what I mean. So at for every 4 plots, there's a chest with all the seeds. And this is where my seed storage lives. Okay, let's get back to the house. Where do I have my house nearest to a well? Yeah, let's just go back to the bind. How am I doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's a quiet Sunday. Baby was a little fussy, had a foul mood, but otherwise, I am overall doing good. It feels like the way I like my Sundays to feel. How are you doing today, Z? All right, let's go finish. Yeah, we're just doing some storage decorating. The parlor chose aquarium, and so that is what we're working on. Thank you, Cal. I had so much fun setting up my commands, and so I love that you find it to be fun, because I had so much fun setting them up. I geek out on such things. All right, let's get back to this. We're gonna set up our filters again. I think for lighting, this is the route I'm going to go. I like the sconces more than the overheads. Let me see, is there any of these other categories that I want to look at individually before I go to all? I think I'm really happy with this rug, and that's assuming I use a rug, to be quite honest. I don't think I want a centerpiece type of situation in this room. So the way I had it previously set up, I just had the aquariums lined up against the wall. Let me get this big guy out the way. And this is my home chest. I can't remember. Oh, this is just what the fish I had in the bubbles kind of floating around were, just so I can quickly have them available. And then this is my festive fish. And this has been my triage chest for the time being as I've been running around to Moana. So the way I had it previously set up, I literally just had everything lining the walls, just so I could literally run around the room in a circle, just going from chest to chest, quote unquote, and dropping my stuff off. Let's bring all this stuff in the middle so I can free the wall. I think I'm probably going to do it the same way and just kind of create maybe, you know, a little vignette in this corner, a little vignette in this corner, something in the middle. Let's see, this window might actually just work in these 2 corners here. Let me know if you guys also, my controller is extremely loud. Let me know if you guys hear the mic picking it up. It gets loud when I move fast, if that makes sense. I right now want to see if I have enough room in this room, because I also know I'm going to need to add more aquariums as I free up some space in some of the existing ones. This is not centered, is it? No, it isn't. Let's use that as that line on the floor as my marker, because it looks like each aquarium takes up 2 of these flooring squares. How convenient. Perfect, 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 perfect. So I should do this. I think I did that over here. Nope, I didn't. So the way it was before, the center also had some, um, what is that called? Some of these aquariums, and that's why I had my crafting table. I think we're just gonna don't fix it if it ain't broke. Is that how the saying goes? And then let me just go ahead because I know I'm gonna need more. But once we actually kind of go through the chest, I'll know if I need any more of these empty ones or not. And then, should I? And then maybe I center the window instead. I think I like that. I think I like that. What are we thinking, guys? All right, I'm also not looking up the chat. Okay, let's see. Yep, this is what, like, it chose a chore for you. All right. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Yes, thank you, Z. It is Monday for you. I'll get used to it. One day I'll get it right. So you're heading into work, so you'll be lurking in the background. Hopefully it is I like Mondays personally, but I know going into work, starting the week, sometimes it could just be a lot. So hopefully you are able to ease into your week and you have a great start to the work week, start to your week in general. These stones, yes, it uses a lot of radiators, hippie. Yeah, it uses a lot. So I love that pathing. I use it sparingly now since I don't have any more time bender villagers. But I did get a lot of them when I had the chance to. I no longer, none of my villagers are time benders anymore because I don't need them. I got everything I needed to get from them, hoarded to the best of my ability. I don't want them anymore. It uses a lot. What else we got here? I'm missing one festive fish. I hope I'm able to get it this year and then I never have to think about it. Controller ASMR, that's basically what it is. um Does everyone think the last two characters are going to be in the? Okay, I have my predictions. Let's share them here. Topher, thanks for popping in, collecting your sugar cubes. I think you and Russ are in a race to the top. Yeah, I think she's the Cress accumulates more points in every stream that I ever see ever. More points than anybody. What about the other ancient landing pathing? The actual is like ancient something. I can't remember what it uses, but I know it's not the radiator. I think it's just stone. Can you like kind of alternate mix in between the two? So I have my predictions. I have a few predictions slash wishes. My top wishes are King Magnifico and Dr. Facilier. The King Magnifico seems way more plausible. Dr. Facilier is literally just because I want him in the game. Just is it not possible? No, like they can do whatever they want to do in terms of bringing villains, depending on the direction they go in. But I know he's probably very low on the list, very unlikely. So King Magnifico, is someone that I do believe is for sure going to be one of the two. Hear me out, walk with me here. They are leaning very, very much into this wishes theme. However, even before getting into that, I have always believed that whenever we get snow, something related to the movie Wish would be right alongside it, if not far behind it. So even if not Asha, because apparently she's not considered an official princess. I don't, news to me. Just the way they wove Snow White into the Wish movie, just kind of really bridging the gap from the first princess to the last princess. I'm gonna call her a princess. I always felt like in the game they were gonna keep that same connection, just the same way all the other Disney entities have done as well. And so when I saw this was called Wish Blossom Ranch, I was like, okay, wishes, yeah. And since we don't know who the villain is, I think King Magnifico would be a perfect fit. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm terrible with spoilers because spoilers don't bother me, y'all. So if you don't want to know anything about the movie, stick your fingers in your ears and la 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 la. Um, and I will put a star in the chat, let you know when I'm done. But essentially, he finds this village and he uses his magic to build it up, and the people turn to him. They give him their wishes, and he takes care of them. And he ultimately though ends up becoming the villain. And so, okay, actually, I said less than I needed to. So I've always felt that when they said that someone comes to try to take over and they cause decay, I know the use of the word decay made people think of King Candy, which I could see how we got there. I think about how King Magnifico, very much in the movie, went someplace, started something, and built it up to his own. I could see how that could be what this storyline goes as well. So he's my number one pick for a character that's coming. I haven't really given much thought to the fourth because I've just wishful thinking that it's Dr. Facilier. I have seen cases made for Ralph. I can see that. I've seen cases made for Pooh characters. I could see that. Although personally, I think we're gonna get Pooh characters in the spring, a la the way we got Alice in the spring. Ever After was heavily Alice coded, had nothing to do with Alice. And we got her as a pair in the spring. So I believe it'll just going based on the pattern that I've seen this year. This is my first full year with Dreamlight Valley. I don't know if they have any established patterns outside of this. They're going to do what they want to do. But if I'm just looking at what I have seen so far in the game, I think, and because Pooh is someone they've been teasing, that universe is something they've been teasing for so long, I think it's going to be a realm. And if he's in the DLC, he's not getting a realm. I think it's going to be a realm. It's so beloved, it's so heavily requested, it's been hinted for almost a year. I think it's going to be a realm, and we're going to get two characters, Pooh and whoever, Piglet, Tigger. I don't have a dog in this fight, so I'm good with whoever they bring. So although I see why people are saying Winnie the Pooh, I personally think Pooh and them is coming in the spring from a realm, so we can get that full experience, just like what we saw with Alice in Cheshire. Um, yeah, I haven't given much thought to any of the remaining two villagers outside of Magnifico. That's where all my brain juice went. I have given thought to the horses though. I think so. We've seen hits of Frozen, so I think we're gonna get Anna's horse, Kijik. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I do think it's gonna be Anna's horse. Now, obviously, he's not one of the famous horses because most of us don't know his name. Like he's not named in the movies. But I think that is a possibility. I think we are going to get Philippe, and I think we are going to get Khan, Mulan's horse. While I would love to see Samson, we don't have Prince Philip, so I'd feel a way if his horse showed up before him. Unless he is the fourth character, and then I'm all for it. So that's kind of the summation of my theories. Because I don't know how you accumulate a lot of points. I'm assuming you maybe keep a lot of people tab open. Um, like I know there like people like you, Jabs, even Topher definitely have more sugar cubes than other people because you earn them through my video premieres as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of Disney magic you're working, what kind of fairy dust you put over the points, but yes, you do always accumulate more points than everyone. No, rewatch it. I enjoyed Witchflower Loki. It was a really cute movie. Not it was not groundbreaking, but I do think it brought us back to a time where villains were just villains. There was no redemption arc. There was no saving. He just got to be a villain, and I loved it. All the DLCs had two villains. Well, this is why I'm saying Facilia and King Magnifico. I did also think there's a possibility if we get Ralph, he'll be the accidental villain. He's not trying to be a villain, but he is the one that ends up breaking things. We'll find out on Wednesday. So this is me memorializing my predictions. Pooh Bear and the Evil Queen. I've seen so much about the Evil Queen, and I hear y'all. And I will say I was swayed slightly a bit more because her costume is now back in Scrooge. Um, I'm not saying no, I'm just not entirely sold on the idea of Evil Queen because thus far, first DLC, the villain, Jafar, we didn't get his protagonist until a free update, Gelatin. Whereas Storybook Vale, villain, uh, Maleficent, we got Aurora alongside her. Hades didn't get anybody, which makes me think we're gonna get Meg and Hercules in January, just like Gelatin and Jafar. Walk with me here. We're talking about a lot. So this does make me think Hades is gonna be like Jafar and Gelatin's gonna be like Meg and Hercules. Just saying. But I don't think that we can use Maleficent and Aurora as a precedent because it can go either way at this point. um they haven't done enough DLCs for at least us to see a villain pattern, especially since they're not even releasing it in parts this time. It's all coming out at once. So I feel like they can do something that we're not even expecting when it comes to the villains. But I hear ya. When y'all say Evil Queen, Snow White, it's right there. I get it. But by that logic, it could also be Hook with Tinkerbell, right? So who knows? The only one that I will say I absolutely will not accept as a possibility is Hans. Um, I don't even consider him a villain. Like, yeah, he was the villain, I guess, in the movie, but like, is he a villain? Like, am I really gonna put him in the same ranks as Hades, Maleficent, Evil Queen, Scar? Like, that feels insulting. So, just saying. Um, Blueberry Evil Queen, before you sip and oh, yeah, sorry, that's Streamlabs. Auntie T, hello, welcome back. How are? It was good to well, not seeing you, but it was good having you at the premiere this morning. Thank you for stopping by again. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Thank you, Cress. I really enjoy doing the premieres. It's a low lift, but I kind of just like experiencing seeing the video for the first time. Why am I standing here? Because I'm chatting. That's why. That's why. um See, keeping up with chat means not keeping up with my decorating. Press, I will never give you or new grief again about falling behind on chat. It would be insulting. If it is Hans, I'm not even going to consider him a villain. It's just like, oh, we got another Frozen character. Like, I just, no. Because I refuse to have him be in the same ranks as a Scott, even a Mother Gothel. Um, and I don't have it too much for her, but she at least gives me villain, Ursula, Scar, Jafar, like all these actual, like, they had diabolical take over the kingdom, take over the world. He just didn't feel like waiting for the throne behind his 13 brothers, and so he was mean to Anna. Like, are we really? I feel like I'm more in my villain era than Hans is. So yeah, let's all come together and manifest that it's not Hans. Yeah, no, Chris, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, so we're going to actually remove this, center this, but I feel like this window needs to exist somewhere else. So maybe one of these is going to go. And because I just need to see more of this window. And then we'll figure out if I need, because if anything, this could be my triage area. If I need to use another room, maybe I would shift everything down and put the door here. We'll kind of play around with that. Can this nestle under here? No, it cannot. No nestling? Alright. For now, I'll stick it in this corner. I don't want it too close to the window, actually, now that I think about it. I feel like those colors are fighting each other. And you have no place here. I am also not opposed to having some aquariums centered, not centered, but in the center, kind of back to back, like a situation like that. Please let me know if the spinning of the camera is making anyone dizzy, by the way. I'm so sorry. I did kind of slow down, what's that called? The spin on it. But I do a lot of spinning because I like to see if things are centered and the grid aligns. So please let me know if it's like giving anyone motion sickness or anything like that. I'm trying to be mindful of it, but just let me know. And music, Beauty and the Beast. So I have not bought the bundle because I know the minute I buy it, I'm dropping everything and it's going to be a hyperfixation, and I can't I can't do that to myself. It is so good. I do not blame. That's going to be so good for flower storage. He's not even on the same map as he's not. I don't. Does Disney? Could I need someone to? Carolyn, actually, since you're a fanatic, you tell me. In Disney lore, is he even considered a villain or just? I guess for me, the delineation is villain versus antagonist. I'll give him antagonist. Um, Villain feels like a leap though. Like when we're talking about villains. So I'd be so sad if they could, yeah, in a paid DLC, if they want to throw him around in a free update, sure. Although I'm not going back to that realm to get him. He's gonna stay there. Um, I dragged my feet going to go get Jafar, so I'm definitely no rush to go get Hans. Actually, we should just Hans doesn't need to be in the game. Can we just be all be in agreement with that? He doesn't need to be in the game. I really need to leave the rug in my storage room alone. Like, girl, stop picking. Now, is it because you are being indecisive about the rug, or I need more to that story? Um, since I don't remember which of these, I'm just gonna throw them on the floor. I really love these tiny chests that we got from part one of Storybook Vale. Let me just throw that in there. They are from Princess and the Frog. I think they're so cute. They're small storage, which is perfect for like I said, one is my festive fish and the other one is temporary. It's just the fish that I had on display. I think we're gonna do something like that. I want to use you, but I actually don't have a reason to use you. I'll put it here for now. You ever just really want something in a build, but you're like, does this even make sense? That's me in that armoire at the moment. I love how YouTube held that for review, by the way, Deb, your comment. I'll accept them in the game if we are on a camp. Honestly, if but here's the thing though. If he were to come to the game, we know that it's probably going to be some sort of like redemption, forgiveness quest thing. Although, if not Anna, I will absolutely settle for like Kristoff. I'm sure we're gonna end up having to play mediator or something, but I mean, I'd love a little bit of friction there. Um, oh, he is considered boo hiss. I was trying to grab other things. Oh, I've had that happen a few times. And to the point where I've actually just had to get rid of the rug. I didn't like that. Oh, I didn't need to do that. You know what else I'd like to see in quality of life? A redo button. For all the times I accidentally undo something. I'm just gonna put that there and just see what happens. See how I feel about it later. I just thoroughly like this rug. Speaking of rugs, and therefore I'm going to use it. I may not want carpet in my aquarium, but for some reason, a rug doesn't ruffle my sensibilities. Han secretly runs. Don't say that, although that would explain quite a few things. Yeah, I do need something here. I need a moment in these corners, but that doesn't feel like priority. I want to take a quick decorating break to look in these chests and actually, so this is how I decide to kind of like how I sort. I literally just use this. And I didn't get to do it ahead of time. I'll either like take a picture, take a screenshot, or literally just write it down. Just so I can see, and then I do way more math. So however, in this case, I'm not including this. That's going to go in its own chest. And then I do way more math than is probably necessary for a game like Dreamlight Valley. But again, this is how my brain works. I look at how many, so this goes in a separate chest. So that chest, that fish tank, there we go, won't change. The fish tank that contains this, the festive fish, that those will not change because those work exactly the way that I need them to, in terms of I know like that this lives with the squid, lives with the etc., right? But the fish, if you will, alphabetical order. I don't have time to remember where they came from. When I see them, I know where they came from, but I'm not thinking about that when I'm just putting stuff away. I'm just thinking A, B, C, etc., etc. So I catalog everything, and then I look at the number that I have, and then I divide that by a particular number. Like, okay, can this aquarium hold 3? Can it hold 4? Can it hold 2? Can it hold 5? I don't math for Dreamlight. Yeah, I do way more math in this game than I feel like I signed up for. I'm supposed to feel cozy. Although I do like math, I will say that. I do also use the DLV app, and although I could see all the fish, it doesn't put it in an order that the collections does. In case you're like, is there another way that I could see everything? I can only 1 + 1 = potato bug. Plot and plant. Yes, I have a I have a little notebook, so that's what I am currently writing in. Yes, that is a thing that I do, but I also have an entire spreadsheet with all the houses, the premium style houses, the villager houses, so that I can stop losing buildings, so I can know where I put them, where I decorated them, so I can know if I decorated. I feel like I'm gonna move mussels to where my shellfish and things are. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Um, because right now I just had all the storybook Vale stuff thrown in together because nothing else was organized. Yes, but I plot and plan. I have my spreadsheet. It has tabs. I know what's decorated, what's not. I know where they are. I especially needed to do that when we started being able to use the same building in different maps, in different islands. And then we got more islands. I printed every cooking recipe. Yes. So for stuff like that, I do use the DLV app. I highly recommended it. I've been using it since I first started playing the game. I think I got the recommendation from, if memory serves correctly, Let's Play K. And I have been using it. I didn't even realize this was in here. Wow. I have been using it since day one. So that's stuff like that, the recipes and what's not, I have cataloged in that. But I see y'all are my people. The level of organization that you guys have, I love it. I love it here. This game, I will say, even though it has required more plotting and planning and mapping than I expected, um, all of that plotting and planning and mathing does scratch an itch, does scratch a mental itch for me. Um, in the words of, I think the scorpion's gonna go with the shrimp in them. Um, the snail should go there too. In the words of Olaf, I call this controlling what we can when everything feels out of control. Drew up my yes, so I also mapped mine. I was like, I did it really quickly using just my notes app, just squares, but I absolutely mapped mine out using the ancient gardeners as a reference. I also mood board all of my designs using Pinterest. Um, I can wing it to an extent. Something like my storage rooms, for example, I can wing it. Decorating an entire inside of an entire house or doing an entire biome, I can't wing it or it'll never get done. Tiger Lily, I was just not just, it was maybe like half an hour ago, but I was talking about you earlier, Tiger Lily. Happy Sunday. How are you? I was praising you for your inspiration. You are the reason I have little triage chests, drop off chests in my storage rooms now when I saw what you did for Mira. Happy Sunday. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Are you playing DDV? How's your Sunday going? If I have to do math, this is the one correct. I'll do math for Disney. It's I forgot there's another crab. Yep. So this can go in this with this. And then there's fish that I like this. I don't know why I didn't realize they were not the same thing. Um, is this the last row? Great, because I've run out of room on my sheet. Tilapia, tuna, walleye, and the white sturgeon. Do I know that it says sturgeon? Yes. Do I care? No. You enjoy your lurk, Cress. Oh, well, enjoy your nap. We love a nap. Are you taking a little napetizer? I hope you enjoy it. But if it turns into a sleep, I think I'll be here probably for another 40 minutes. The goal is to go to 6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. No, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So in case your nap turns into a sleep, thank you again for hanging out, for stopping by. And I will see you the next time. And as a reminder, the next time I plan to stream, y'all are getting a lot of me this week. I will be doing a pumpkin harvesting ASMR stream tomorrow evening. Soon as I nail down the time, that will go up on the channel. And then I will be streaming Wednesday afternoon, early afternoon, late afternoon, depending. After the showcase, though, not during the showcase. I will be a spectator for the showcase. I want to take it all in, take notes, and then we will gather and process together. So yeah, you guys will be seeing me tomorrow. You guys will be seeing me Wednesday, barring anything, in real life coming up. So yeah, Cress, enjoy your nap, and I will see you next time. All right, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I lost my place. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I hope no one here is like counting out there in the real world. 32, 34, 37. Oh, no, 36. Okay, I was like, oh, 37 sounds ugly. Okay, so 36 fish. So I think what I'll do, yeah, I think it'll be fun too. So literally not me yapping, just the sounds of harvesting, seeding, watering, selling pumpkins, opening the orbs that come from the pumpkins. Yeah, I think it'll be nice. It is something that really I do and that really helps regulate my nervous system. The backstory is a couple of months ago, I started watching Good Coffee, Great Coffee gameplays, the ASMR of Good Coffee, Great Coffee, and I found it to be so soothing. And then when I made my pumpkin island, I found the harvesting to be so, like, the sounds of it to be so soothing. And I was just like, wait, it's a thing, like cozy gaming ASMR is a thing. And so yeah, here we are. So hopefully, it's something you guys can join me for, whether you're also harvesting or just background noise while you're relaxing. Just make sure you're watching. Yes, I will. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Tiger Lily. There are a few creators. I believe it's about half a dozen or so of them. Admittedly, I'm only familiar with one of them that will have drops on. Console Kato. She's both on here on Twitch. However, to get the Twitch drops, you have to be watching on Twitch. I will grab that link as soon as I can, before the end of stream. If you have a Twitch account, I mean, it costs nothing to get one. At least I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to get one. You link your Twitch account to your DDV account. I know you can link it to like your PSN account or your Steam account. I just linked mine to my straight up Gameloft account, and so if I am watching a stream, so I'll use Console Kato as an example, with drops on, because I've linked my DDV account to my Twitch account, it will register how long I've been watching, and the rewards are based on a certain time period. And then on the Twitch platform, it'll say, hey, claim whatever these items are. You claim them, and then when you log into your DDV game, they should, if everything works, show up in your in-game mailbox. I was not around for when DDV did Twitch, however long ago they used to do it. However, I have done it with Infinity Nikki, for example. So it literally, it's no work on my part. Once I have a link, just watch the stream. Even if it's not someone you're actively watching, just letting it play. I open it on my phone and just let it play, or on a tab on your laptop, or whatever the case is. So yeah, free items, why not? Harvesting is, that is exactly how I feel about it as well. No, thank you again, Tiger Lily. So yeah, I will grab the link. Actually, you know what? Let me do that now. Now I have to remember where to find the link. So much information has come out between now and then, it doesn't even. Okay, here we go. So this is the link with all the Twitch drops information. You can go here to connect your accounts. Like I said, it was super quick. All right. So I have 36, and the room can comfortably hold, that's 5, 10, 18. How perfect is that, guys? The room is currently holding comfortably 18 aquariums. What's 18 times 2? 36. How many fishes do I have? 30. Actually, that doesn't work out perfectly because I forgot about all my starfish and stuff. I got really excited. But still, I feel like that works. Like, we can make this work. So some of them can just hold 3. So this totally works. Okay, cool. I am going to need to empty my pockets to really make something shake. So my plan is to just find the things in the order, like find where they are and move them to someplace else. That's what I did with the flowers. All right, I'm gonna have to empty these in the places they belong because my triage is full. I was able to kind of quickly see that I had some pinks and some yellows and some, no, that's the Eternity Isle one. So what is this? Oh, it's orange. Okay. Okay, so these icons are very misleading. Okay, where do I not have this? Oh, okay. It did go away. Let me make sure I didn't miss any. All right, these two are across the hall and then I'm done. Drop off these roses. Although I just set this up, I am really happy that so far I have a good, for the most part, I already have a good handle on what's where. But I think that's that's a testament to the effectiveness of when like your system is an actual system. It becomes super intuitive pretty quickly. Windows notifications for me or for you, bud? These, I don't know what order these are in right now, so we're just gonna drop these off here and leave. And then where am I going? The first floor. All the stuff I bought from Christoph. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, what did something yeah, this is why I also turn notifications off. Much to the chagrin of most of the people in my life, my notifications for things are almost always off. And then last but not least, let's go drop off this food. I did a thing. I made a maze. What can I say? My ADHD was ADHDing, and I made a maze on one of my islands. And so, in different parts of the maze, when you're in the wrong area, I put food. And so that's why I have these leftover treats in my pockets. And these are all these should be the stuff that's still in my pocket should be here, but again, storybook veil, I did not properly filter into everything, so I just dropped 3 chests into the middle of this floor and started dropping storybook veil stuff in there as I cooked them. All right, now let's go move around some fish. How exciting. Please be an empty one. Not an empty one, but that's okay. I think I can just put it somewhere. So I'm looking for the angler, bass, and bream. Those are not fish that I get. What is this? Huh, so this aquatic plant's fiery hue puts more sedate seaweed to, so this is like seaweed? Okay, noted. So actually everything in this chest is probably gonna go hang out with something else and not with the fish. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's see, I found all my storybook veil stuff. I am looking for anglerfish, bass, and bream. So I love that we can put things in our inventory with storage. I hate that when I put them down though, I don't know what ends up where. Okay. Just so my stuff can have more. Um, Okay, so we got angler, bass, bream. You know what? And I'll put carp in there. Or should I? No, no, no. I'm gonna leave carp with the cod. Carp with catfish and cod. If I can get those, because then that leaves A with B in the C's. Does anyone else give it this much thought? So I need to move this just to the second spot. Just gonna get you out the way. And now I need to, I think cod is taking up an entire chest. But I think it can fit with the carp and catfish. I only have so much cod because I was fishing for here and there fish. Bream is something I'm always short on because it is used for manuals. Welcome back, Tiger Lily. DLB Mama, I didn't see when you snuck in here. Happy Sunday. Yes, 3 sleeps till showcase. Assuming we all sleep. It might end up just being like 2. But yes, we are very, very excited. We were talking predictions earlier. Who do you think the characters are going to be? For anyone who missed it, by the way, I do have a wish command, exclamation point wish. Just a few predictions and expectations and hopes for the showcase. Play along, see what comes up when you do it. All right, so we got our carp. I'll leave one more little column. I like to store vertically. Anyone else? Let's look for our cod. So we know it wasn't any of those. On the first try. Alright, so I know this one's an empty one over there in that corner. Yeah, I figured it would fit. And if need be, I can slide this over, but I shouldn't have much more cod. All right, so we got A, B, and C done already. Look at my progress. I need to empty. No, I don't need to empty anything. I need to get this table out my way. And didn't we just empty this one? All right, so we are looking for the dune hopper, electric eel, flying fish, and fugu. I feel like I can fit all of those in one chest, but let's see, because I don't remember what my quantities are. I don't remember seeing any of these in here, but yeah, these are like peas. I don't know how to exist on Tuesdays. Anyone gonna be pre-gaming? Like just doing everything possible to like 100% your game, streaming all day. Like, what does everyone have fun like for the pre-showcase? What like pre-showcase rituals? I think it's merely an illusion, but some find it to be enjoyable activity. Same. DLB Mama. Sleep, don't know her. We are not. I lost my place. Where? I'd like to get more sleep. Like I don't wear my lack of sleep as a badge of honor. But this is where we are. Ooh, 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 ooh. I did need. Okay, not yet, but this is what's next. Oh wait, this is. This is what I need. See, I don't even know what these look like. Okay, so, because I need to see these in the order. So the Dune Hopper, the electric eel. I need to find the flying fish. I don't know. Oh, that's one of the new ones. And then here and there, herring. We're actually going to move this one. After the herring is that pony looking one. We're going to put that with the shellfish and things. And then this is what a kingfish. And then koi. So I need to find the flying fish, koi. Hold on. So this is flying fish, koi, lamprey, and then lancet fish. So actually everything I'm missing here is from Storybook Vale. And I feel like they're in here. No. They were actually still over here. Okay, well, clearly I didn't know any of what I was talking about. Didn't we see them? Did I make that up? We saw them, right? Yeah, I know we saw them. How embarrassing. So this is the flying fish. I left exactly 3 slots. Perfect. And then togu here and there, herring, kingfish, koi. I think this is koi. Yeah, okay, you need more room. Cool. You need way more room. And then this, I did way more fishing in Storybook Vale than I gave myself credit for. Pew, pew, pew. So this takes me all the way to L, lancet fish, and then we get into the P's. Cool. So let's do this one. Who wants this today? That's Scar. Let's just do 3 fish in here. I don't want to overdo it. Because again, I don't know what's coming with. Oh, who am I kidding? How much fugu am I really gonna get between now and then? Okay, so we got the fugu, and then we'll do the H's and the K's in the next one. I think this is actually what comes next. Perch? Is that you? Alright, so we got perch, pike, we're gonna piranha. However, this is pronounced. Oh, let me, I forgot you guys were here. So sorry. Was in a zone. Yes, we got the conwish. Oh, thank you for the hydration. I needed the hydration reminder, actually. So let me just turn off my mic. Melissa, no worries. I've done that many times as well. So it's totally fine. Welcome back. You got congratulations. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. That's my celebration sounds. Congratulations. Who else is still waiting for the fence? I actually have a room set up. I know I can't remember when it was, but I was asked to do a showcase of this thing, of the stuff. I can show you guys that before, we leave for the day. In case anyone's still hunting down Storybook Vale stuff. But congratulations, Melissa. That is, I've been there. How does it feel to be one of Scrooge's faves? Yes, I look so Corgi. That's the only reason, like, I was clearly better with Storybook Vale than I was with Eternity Isle. I also really didn't pay much attention to Eternity Isle, if I'm being completely honest. And so now with Moana, I'm actually able to get way more Eternity Isle fish than I would have previously had, and I love that for me. Oh, this is the chest I needed to use. Wonderful. And we're gonna throw this in there, and then I'm gonna leave room for more here and there fish. I've been on a herring there fishing spree. Herring does not need that much room, but whatever. It's more for visual, and I need to move the other ones, and then koi. All right, look at us getting things done. Let me just, so that everything has breathing room and they're not feeling like they're just all on top of each other. All right, what do we have? Nope, not you. You. This one's going to stay the way it is. Actually, it's not. So let me, I have to add some stuff to this category. So I need to see how they all look in my backpack with each other, how many of them. So that works out. All right, let's see. I love having the stalls and all the DLCs. I know for some people they hesitated because the idea of not being able to remove them, but for me it is such a huge help being able to get those flowers and the fish and the gems. Like I'm always out of spinel. And even though Aladdin doesn't give a lot of it, just knowing I can run over and at least get, you know, a couple here and there, without having to run around and mine for it is to me so invaluable. I One of the best quality of life improvements we got that we didn't even know we needed. So I think what we just did lamprey, lancet fish, and pike. So we're gonna do the last two P's and the only two R's. Excited for the showcase. Oh yes. Oh, Pokemon. Yes, that's what you guys were talking about earlier. I don't know anything about that, but I love that for all of you. um, Tiger Lily. People saying hello, chatting amongst yourselves. Corgi, you're still waiting for the fence. Hopefully, you receive all of the successful energy of the rest of us who've slowly but surely eventually gotten it. Scrooge hates everyone. I to get the fence, I did 3 hours of resets in one sitting. So do with that what you will. I will say, thankfully, the baby had fallen asleep on me, so it's not like I was going anywhere anyway. And it was just kind of muscle memory with me clicking on the controller. However, it was 3 hours of resets. And I'm just thankful that when I finally got something new, so in those 3 hours, I did not get anything new, by the way. So I'm just glad that the first new thing I got finally that day was the fence. Because I remember another day doing almost an hour of resets, and the first new thing I got was one of those stupid stone fence leaf things, and I was so upset. Okay, one, two. Bird? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I lost myself for a second. Okay, I don't think I'll ever fill these with this guy, but we'll see what new fish we get and where they fall in line. The petting, not just let me open the chest and not pet the ravens. Let me walk through the door. Let me harvest something. Let me literally do anything I was trying to do. Let me talk to someone and not pet the animal that I'm with. Please and thank you. The stalls, yeah, they were a change that I didn't even know I needed. Yeah, I don't do the resets often, quirky. So I think I've done them like a handful of times for this update, just kind of like maybe two or three any given day if I remember. Because I do want the blue table. But I feel like the Storybook Veil stuff, because it was only limited to one store, it wasn't like we had three chances throughout the day. Although I mean having the three stores doesn't seem to be much help. But the Storybook Veil was very much feeling like I was playing a gotcha game. Like really playing with probability and chances, and it just, I didn't like the way it made me feel. So that was my real first time like going all in with resets. I got everything from Storybook Veil. So worth it? Question mark. Yeah, I don't have the the blue table. I'm also confused as to why the blue table is one piece, even though it's a reskin of the red table, which is three pieces. And obviously, when we see it in the round, it is a full, section. Like it has, different sections. This is what we need next. Okay, so I'm gonna take out the ones. So we're gonna keep salmon in here. Okay, this one's coming out. This one's coming out. This one's coming out. This one's coming out. So I'm just putting them in a different chest altogether. All right, so sandfish. We got salmon, sandfish, sandworm, sea wolf, and then shad. So you need to come out. What? No, you need to come out as well. You no longer fit. The sand. What is that? Sea wolf is going to be the last one here. Yeah, I think doing it by fours has worked. Do we remember where we saw? I feel like it was like over here. Sea wolf. Hello, my friend. Where were we just now? We were here. All right. Oswald, you got nerve asking for this fish, and I only have 11. So now we need the shad, the skeleton, Soleil, and the mud sky something, mud skipper. Which I think I can just switch. Okay, so it's 1, 2, you, and you. So what we're gonna do is we're actually just going to. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good on time. I think once I'm able to. Did the finale? I didn't see it. I know when you redeemed the Carolyn, the finale, I didn't see what area. It said we were going to tour. For some reason I didn't see it pop up. Let me know if you saw it. If not, we can do it again. No biggie. And I should have kept looking because I saw when you did it. I didn't see it pop up. And then I looked away, and then I forgot. So now this is me scrolling up. Okay, there it is. Finale. No, it didn't give me a okay, unless I have it set. I'm pretty sure like everyone can use it. But for some reason it's not, yeah, it's not coming. Let me see. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I set it for everyone. So, but I'll do it and see what happens. Okay, so clearly I broke something, but that's cool. Okay, so the campus apartment. Lori, you know what? I think I saw you sneak in here and then I registered it in my head and just not out loud. Welcome in, Lori. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How are you? Are you decorating? Are you having a quiet Sunday? Oh, there was a storm where you were, Lori. I just saw what Tiger Lily said to you. Okay, how are you? Are you safe? I finally cleaned up every one of my maps from my. Oh, you're in the game. Okay, I was like, oh my gosh, what do we need to clean up? Um, yeah, but we're not throwing things on the floor anymore. We are getting our storage organized. Although I will say I was never a throw things on the floor person. They just weren't efficiently placed. All right, so we're gonna do the campus apartment. Did I move this thing? I can't remember. I did move it. Great, 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 great. All right, so Shad, this guy, these two, and then these. Look at us making progress. All right, swordfish. Not you. Let's see if I can find where the sword. You're in here. All right, so we're getting you out. And then we're doing swordfish, tilapia, tuna. Why are you? Know your place. Tuna. Okay, because this is my last one. So I'm just gonna leave it in here. It'll be fine. I never get that much of it anyway. That's all the fish. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move you out the way. Okay, so now along this wall, we are going to do all of like the shellfish and these guys over here. So I actually want the mussels to be with the clams and them. I'm gonna put this with the algae and red algae. So let's start with the crabs, the shrimps, the lobsters, the scorpions, the snails. I just need to see those and I didn't mean to do that. I just need to see those in alphabetical order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest of you come out. What did I say? And then and then you come out, and then you can actually be LMNOP and then you. That works. Yep, that works. Boom, done. Boom, dynamite. Oh wait, what do we find creepy bug? I hate all of the eternity outfish, to be quite honest. The desert, like the sandworms, and that's partly why I didn't have any, because I did not like the way they looked. Fishing for them really skeeved me out. Up until that point, I only had to deal with the here and there fish skeeving me out. At least they made me a lot of money. These fish were just ugly for no reason. You're safe. The wind turned out not to be as bad so far. They canceled the autumn into Mars parade. Oh, but you know what? I appreciate them kind of just taking that extra step as a precaution just to keep people safe. So I'm glad to hear that you're safe. Um, Kind of threw me for a loop that they canceled it. I'll be at my husband's hard drive with it. Oh no. Well, the good thing is, yes, the it'll stream live in the morning, but there's going to be so many people streaming reactions and stuff throughout the day. So yes, go to your appointment. Hopefully, it's a good report that you get when you get there, and then you can come home and catch up with all of us who will be talking about it and recapping it and doing all the things. But I know like it doesn't hit the same as like seeing when DDB is talking about it in real time, but at least like you won't be just completely missing it. Oh no, okay, but you'll be home before the showcase. Same bug. Hopefully you get a good report as well, and it's a good visit. Um, and then you can come back and enjoy the showcase. All right, so we're doing that's okay. I actually did not put these in. One, two, three. I just need to see these in alphabetical order. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. You're gonna go in the end. So sorry. Um, so then it's the snail. Then it's the shrimp. And then it's, why do I have so many squid? Fishing in the glades, that's why. Not likely I'm going to be getting any more of these, so that's fine. Because I refuse to let this octopus just spill over to another chest. Oh, he's getting his pacemaker changed. To get the surgery set up, they said about 12 months. Oh my, so my neighbor's husband went through a similar situation. Um so I'm glad you guys are getting that taken care of sooner rather than later. It was definitely a bit of a scare, but everything worked out. He's fine. He's awesome. He's amazing. They got surgery and everything they needed. He is up and running, and they are out there gardening and doing their thing. So I'm glad you guys are able to get ahead of that. All right. So now these I don't put in any particular order. I do know that all of these don't fit in a chest. That's why these were in one. So the mussels will probably just go in there with them. The starfish can stay the way they are. Oh, okay. So what I'll actually do is probably make a chest because I feel like I get so much seaweed. Okay, so let's do you with you. Then these should be empty. See, and now we're petting. I mean, I guess that he needed to be petted, but still. They were supposed. I don't even. Does anyone know what this is? It's a snail. Okay, didn't know that. Okay, this was supposed to go with all the other crabbies and things that I just did. And now we're petting a turtle. Okay, let's at least. Why am I doing that one by one like a peasant? That was awful. Okay, so here's what I need to do. Are these two empty? Okay. Okay, great. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I don't want to leave the storage part undone. We're gonna move my seaweed and Actually, let me put the seaweed in the front. That's the one I tend to go to more. Put you here. Okay. Okay, I'll move you. Are you empty? You should be empty now, right? Yep. Yeah, just do this by name for now. So I will move you. A starfish that I'm never gonna use. Down here. So it did work out that I had the exact right number of, I love it when a plan comes together, right number of aquariums, but there's still room for me to put new fish in the chest. So what is this that we have? A hermit, a sorcerer hat hermit. We're calling it a hermit crab, and a trumpet snail. Okay. This ends with P, and this is S and T. Okay, so let's. Oh, what did we do? Okay, so the sorcerer something would go here. I forgot what I uncrafted that gave me so many of these, and now I'm rethinking my life choices. Um, um, okay, so I actually think I have an empty chest, an empty aquarium at the moment. Nice. Okay, so if we need to kind of zhuzh some things around for any new fish poos that we get. All right, let's do that. Bada bing, bada boom, done. And this is empty. I'll remember that. Guys, we placed everything. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yep, you can get the surgery soon. The copay is gonna be, oh my Lanta. A recent colleague of my husband's, they just got a significant recently a six-figure bill because insurance messed up some paperwork. Um and the way they were just like, everyone was just so dismissive of it, as if like, oh yeah, people just, we just have this money lying around. um I mean, the copay itself was already going to be significant, but they messed up and didn't just do the copay. That is my one of my least favorite parts of adulting, getting a health bill, a medical bill, and sifting through all those details. My husband's actually really good at that stuff. Me, I'm usually ready to short circuit when I get that stuff. So I hope it's nothing that's too crazy. Lori. I gotta make sure everything's okay. I don't think anything is wrong. We're not gonna claim that for you, Bug. Everything is fine. You are fine. Everything will be fine. Your heart is strong. Your body is strong. We won't claim that for you. But keep us posted. And same for you. Same for your husband, Lori. Um, yes, the excitement. I know we're like talking about major life adulting things and then excitement over fish storage. It's, balance. But I'm glad you guys can, hang out here, find me as hopefully some sort of cozy distraction. Again, we call this controlling things we can when everything else feels out of control. Um, oh no. Oh, why'd they say no? And I mean, I've never made one, but I feel like it's a relatively easy thing to set up. I'm not sure. I've never made one. Or is it that his son is like a pride thing that he doesn't want to set one up? Um, yeah, I've never done one, but I feel like if anyone has any experience and is able to kind of like lend some insight, um, unless it's pride that made his son say no, that's really unfortunate. Oh, and I'm glad to be part of your sanity, Lori. I am happy to be that for you. Guys, so like I don't know, it was like 30 minutes ago and I was like, oh, let's hit 30 likes. We hit 40, y'all. We hit 40 likes. Ooh, how exciting. Okay, okay. Um, so we got all the fish in here. You know what? Let's empty up our triage. Let's what? I'll probably not even probably, definitely um finish like the final details, uh like the finishing touches of the decorating. The last thing I'm gonna go in and do, why are we splitting this? The last thing I'm gonna go in and do is the bubbles because I hate having stuff that like hovers in my face and then now when I'm trying to click other things. Um, I don't like this blue chest as my triage chest. I need to decide what chest I want as my. Oh, that armoire that I was so desperate to use. Is it functional storage? It's not. That would have been too easy. Um, I might just use one of the teeny tiny. So when I empty this one, um, that might be what I do. So let me see which one of these is the festive fish, so I can just tuck it in the corner. Okay. Once I empty this one with the display fish, I'll make that my little tree. I don't need that much triage. All right, let's empty our pockets. Look at us getting things done. And look at those numbers going up. Also, how satisfying is the sound? Like, I could easily also just listen to an ASMR just putting stuff in chests. DDV ASMR in general is quite good. I don't leave the villagers' voices on, like, I have all my villagers' voices off, but I love the sound effects. So that's the plan for tomorrow. In case you guys missed it, I haven't scheduled because I just need to confirm some things in our family schedule for the right time. But that is the plan for tomorrow. We're going to be doing a pumpkin harvesting ASMR stream. I'm going to have the music relatively low, the sound effects high, my mic off. Um, oh, I didn't even realize I got more octopus. Ha 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 ha. Um, y'all, we did it. We did it. Steal away. Flower Lucky, steal away. His son is super well to do, very techie smart. We thought we could just ask him to help. And honest, I learned a long, long time ago that family doesn't always mean like those are the people that you can rely on in the same way that um you could rely on even strangers or friends. It's unfortunate. Um, I also learned that do not expect from people what you would do for them. So knowing that, well, I would have done it, for you, you should like kind of like that expectation of like, well, that's your father. That's like if it was the other way around. I unfortunately had learned that a long time ago, and I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a pride issue, and then obviously some other stuff that he needs to work out amongst himself. Um, I'm hoping if, like I said, if anyone can offer any insight, I think GoFundMe is relatively easy to set up, but I don't know like in terms of like I don't know if there's other logistical stuff because it is, money. Lori, are we in any discords together? I don't know off the top of my head. If I find any resources in terms of how to set one up, I'm happy to send them your way. I like, it's hard when it's like you have to deal with the health and you want to stay strong for that, but then you also have to like get back into like the practical hat of dealing with the finances, and then also dealing with his son not being awesome about it. The packing's going to take forever. Hippie, I can double check. I feel like I still have a bunch of the radiators left. I can double check. And then we can link up later when I'm on, or tomorrow, and I think I have at least enough to like give you like a stack. Do you know how much you need offhand, like at least to like get you like a good like comfortable place? So what I did when I was grinding it, um, I crafted what was easier. I think it was the other one, which just used stone. Placed that and then used the replace to see how many I needed and just kept working towards that number section by section. Um so yeah, you have till mid. I know I gave myself that same self-imposed deadline. If the leakers are correct in terms of what they saw in the files, again, if you're not interested, stick your fingers in your ears. La 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 la. I'll put a star when I'm done. But the leakers did see in the files the date of the DLC should be coming out. Stick your fingers in your ears if you don't want to hear. If they are correct, then they would be coming out. Then the DLC would be coming out November 19th. Okay, star means I'm done talking about the leak. So yeah, if that's the date you're working towards, I think it's doable. But yeah, let me know, hippie. I can see if I can help. Um, Katrina Howard. Yep. All the fish sorted. How productive. Yeah, so very much in the same similar situation as my neighbor, Lori. That was her and her husband. And I heard her and I heard them. They're so amazing. I mean, clearly you're amazing. So um if there's a code, but then we have to make arrangements. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if the emoji hands are indicative of the fact that you're a believer, Lori, but I am. And so yes, I second that. It will always work out. There will be a way, even if you don't see a way like immediately in the natural. So again, we are all sending big hearts and hugs to you that it will work out. Brandy with the Y. So okay, wow, Sarah wants to rate me. Um, I have no idea how to do that, Brandy. I know that I can't raid someone else. I don't qualify, so I don't know if that means I don't qualify to be rated as well, to be quite honest. Um, I can do a quick. I am honored. Wow, well, I'm glad I took my time with the stream. Um, what did we do? So I can try to look up how to do it. Like, I know I can't raid. I found that out when I was trying to raid someone my last stream. Lori, I finally got Aladdin's chest. Yes, I have a plan for those chests. They're gonna be part of my treasures. Okay, great, Lori, because I also never want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I am also a believer. Okay, go to YouTube. I'm guessing I have to go in my studio. Lori, I mean, not Lori, excuse me. Brandy, that's where I'm headed now. Um, I'm glad we were still hanging out. It's all right. So I'm in my settings. Look at that, I'm learning something new every day. Okay, I see general channel. I'm assuming in my studio. I'm assuming that's where I need to go. I don't see anything. I see permissions. Am I supposed to go in content controls, messages, blocked words? Oh my gosh, we have new gems. Oh, okay. Live all channels can read that. Okay, I see it. Ah, okay. Okay, I saved it. I just learned something new, y'all. hey, thank you, Brandy with a Y. Um, I was gonna say something, Lori, but yes, glad you're a believer. So I will continue to hold, you guys in my heart. Same for you, Bug. So okay, I think I just did it. I think I did it right, Brandy with a Y. They came at a perfect time. We got our official sorted, and we're gonna go do a little tour. So when we did the finale, and Brandy with a Y, in case anyone's wondering, there's two Brandies, and in my head I always say Brandy with a Y and Brandy with an I, and so whenever I see them in stream, I can't help but saying it out loud now. Okay, so I saw that I saw that the new subscriber, I didn't get to see the name on the screen, but welcome, welcome, new friend. Definitely, I'm working towards a goal. Oh, Tiger Lily, yes, yes, yes. Sorry. Did I do it correct? I'm here, Tiger Lily. I'm not touching anything else. You've got my full attention. What's up? I think I even turned off the music. That's how much of my attention you have. Jade, okay, so yes, I think it was you. Hi, Jade. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, I just started streaming. You did not. Oh, you know what's funny? I'm just double checking my redirect. It said channels I subscribe to can redirect to my content. Oh, but my subscriptions are private, so that's why it didn't work. That's what it was. But Jade, hi, welcome in. It's okay if you didn't know I was streaming. This is legit my third stream ever. Well, in this DDV space, I should say. So you didn't miss it. This is week 2. I streamed the day of the update. I streamed last Sunday, and I'm streaming today. So you did not miss it. Leah, welcome, welcome. Oh, okay, Raiders. Okay, Leah, well, Brandy with a Y, you don't count. Your family. You've been part of the parlor already. But welcome in, Raiders. Welcome to the tea party. Persephone, I hope I said it right. Thank you guys for coming with Sarah and the raid. And I don't know if Sarah made it in yet. Yeah, this is my third stream. Exactly 1 year ago on October 1st, I started creating DDV content on Instagram, just sharing my images because I love to create, I love to design, I love to play dress up. And so this feels like a good time to just put my socials. And it just so happened that there was an update exactly 1 year to the day on October 1st, and streaming felt like a natural evolution. So I created my channel and started uploading my videos about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and then I decided to do my first stream October 1st. So this is the very early infancy stages, still in the beta stages, still figuring out tech things. Brandy had to tell me how to let you guys in. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Sarah, hello. It's so funny. I was just listening to my daughter watch one of your videos, and I think it might have been your stream that she was watching in the next room over. I said it perfectly, Professor. Okay, perfect. Sarah, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with your community, for bringing them over here. So many new gems in the parlor. If you guys don't watch Sarah, first of all, I follow both of Sarah's pages, DDV, and if you're an Infinity Nikki player like myself, that's the video my daughter was watching, Sarah's style. So many resources and abundance of information. I don't ever look anything up. I just said, well, did Sarah talk about it? Great, then I'll just go there. So it is not something that I take for granted that you are rating me, that you're bringing your community over here. I will tell her thank you. She's actually how I found your page when I first started playing DDVs. I will tell her thank you. When I was like, oh, Sarah follows me on Instagram. She was like, oh my gosh, mom. She was so impressed. So, how was stream? What were you working on over there? So we were over here decorating. Let me show you guys what we did. You guys came at a perfect time. And make sure, Sherry, hello, how are you? Did I miss anyone? All right. Ooh, new subscribers. Angel Holiday, thank you for subscribing. Lori T, thank you for subscribing. Oh, welcome to the parlor, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited to have you guys here. I am a cozy gamer, fairly new to cozy gaming. I started about a year and a half ago with DDV as part of my postpartum journey, and now I'm hooked. I play games that allow me to kind of scratch a brain itch, but I also love decorating and playing dress up. So DDV is my current hyperfixation, but I also play Infinity Nikki and Hogwarts Legacy. One day I might be able to stream those on the channel, but right now we're in our DDV era. So that is me in a nutshell. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Christina McGeorge. Hello. I didn't mean to say like your full name like that. I just Christina. Welcome in, welcome in. Renee, welcome in. Stream was amazing. We were doing Valley tour. Oh, I love your Valley tours, Sarah. One day you gotta come visit mine. It's fully decorated. So one day, pencil me into your calendar and we will make that happen. Welcome in. It's always so fun seeing Valley tours because you think you've done an amazing job of your Valley and then you see someone else's, you're like, oh, so I need to go turn mine down. I need to go turn mine down. We were also doing, besides decorating, storage decorating. So let's show you guys that. We cleaned up my fish room. It was bare and it was just the aquariums in here. So we actually sorted all of the fish and it worked out that we had the perfect number of aquariums. So everything from going all the way around is in alphabetical order with room for however many new fish we have. And the center is our shellfish, our clams, those things, and our algae. And I'll probably just finish the actual decorating finishing touches off stream because we were going to go do a tour. So a little tradition that I started on my channel, I have a command, someone picks it, and I go show off one of the unrevealed interior spaces in my valley. So the one that Carolyn picked was a campus apartment. So it's a Monster High apartment. So we're actually about to go take a look at that. We also did some predictions, what we're looking forward to getting out of the showcase. I have a command if you want to check it out, see what fun things, exclamation point wish, kind of see what comes up. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone else. So Christina, I saw Jade, I saw Renee. Yes, no, Hippie. I was saying earlier, I'm an indoor storage girl. Hippie, she's an amazing part of the parlor, an amazing gem here, and she has 6 storage islands. I would love for y'all to see the islands. Lori, thanks for doing that math. Because we were just talking earlier about how math works in DD. So yes, Hippie, I will hit you up on Discord. I'm streaming twice again this week. So, and Sarah, if you need to raid and run, if anyone needs to raid and run, gotta stretch, gotta get a beverage, gotta get a meal, I totally understand. Again, I am so grateful that you guys just popped in to say hi and to hang out. When it's not update time. Yes, Renee, you know what? I do remember being able to catch those. Once school got back in session though, Sunday nights is like my evening routine. Like, so after I'm done here, help, my oldest get, settled in and what's not for the week. And so, yeah, so I've missed most of his Sunday streams, but apparently he caught mine. So that's exciting. Hi, Alex. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so gotta cook dinner. Ooh, what's for dinner, Sarah, before you go? We had a lot of dinner conversation earlier in the chat. There was a lot of pasta. There was some lasagna. There was some gnocchi. There was some spaghetti. My husband made macaroni salad. What's for dinner, Sarah? In the meantime, so this was, like I said, I like to end the stream with a tour, just something that isn't uploaded to my channel yet. And it just so happens that this is one of the, and actually might be the first interior build that I finished all 4 rooms. Hi, Cherise. Hi, Melissa. Yes, on your way in, just hit the like at the door, guys. I really appreciate it. This is my 3rd ever stream, so every little bit counts. But even you just being here is also a huge big deal. Oh wait, no, Sarah didn't eat. Okay, if you're gone already, go. Go. Do your thing. Post stream care is super important. Gotta listen to your body. Missed Fang. Today's Canadian Thanksgiving. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't learn something new every day. Well, happy Thanksgiving. Is Sunny here? Did I miss Sunny? I see someone say, hey, Sunny. Steak for me. Ooh, yeah. Enjoy. Again, thank you. I will take care of them best I can. So we're going to go here. This interior space, it was one of my first. And so I haven't touched it since I finished it last early fall, late summer. And the part of why I haven't touched it is because it reminds me of how I had to work with what little I had in terms of like how much money I didn't have, how many items I didn't have. So it's on my plaza island. At the time when I placed it here, it couldn't go anywhere else. Now we can put buildings in different places, which is really dope. So you guys get a peek at my plaza island. Something a little newer and shinier than the building itself where we're going. And this particular island is uploaded as a short on my channel, although I do plan on doing an entire, I want to stand here actually so you guys can see the island. I do plan on doing an entire video tour. So this is the island. And this is the building we are going to. And it's crazy how long I haven't been to this building because I didn't even realize that gazebo gate hit over here because I'm missing a gazebo in this corner. But let's not get distracted. Let's not get distracted. So this is where we're visiting today. I like to keep these old builds as a reminder of how far I've come with new product. But I'm also really excited to flatten it. So yeah, I think I finished it right after we got Tiana because I got the doors and I was like, okay, let's work on this. So this building was intended to be an apartment campus. And so I went all in with the Monster High stuff. I had very few memories, just a handful of items to make it do what it do. So this is kind of like the main lounge area when you come in. I actually did not live on campus, so this is just like the imaginings of what it would be like to have an apartment, a shared apartment campus building. So this is one of the bedrooms. Yes, gazebo gate, Corgi. I keep stumbling into places and just finding huge gaps and I'm like, oh, I must have had a gazebo there. Cool. Oh, Melissa with 2 S's. I don't know if I saw you when you came in. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, so there's another Tiger that is a streamer. Oh, Ashley, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the parlor. I love doing interiors way more, Melissa. My goal is to have them all done. I have them all done, maybe with the exception of 2 in the valley. So this was, you know, again, shared bedroom, kind of like a dorm space. And it's so crazy seeing some of these older designs that I've done. And then kind of seeing like these items that we tend to forget about. I don't know about you, but like there's so many, we get so many new items. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot we had these, you know, little wood twin size beds. Or I remember when getting this basket was the most exciting thing in the world. In the world. Oh no, I don't know. Charisse, I missed what your message was. I do know my Streamlabs is extremely aggressive sometimes. So like if it had like maybe too many caps or something. So if you want to try to resend the message, feel free. I do not, like I said, I trust that you didn't say anything out of pocket or crazy. My Streamlabs are just extremely aggressive sometimes. Never gazebo gate. I will never forget it, bug, because I can never forget it because I use a lot of gazebos in places that I forgot about. All right, so this was like the cafeteria eating area. This is how I know this was an old build. I don't even have food on the tables because I hadn't made all the meals yet. Those of you who've seen like some of my other spaces, you see that like I staged the interiors with food. I have so much food. Yeah, I did this right after Tiana, and I was nowhere near as far into the game as I am now. So this was like just a little eating area. And then we come over here. This might be my favorite room in the whole building because it was the first time I did anything like it. The bathroom laundry room area. I got the washer and dryer, and I was like, well, clearly I need to make a laundry mat because why not? So I use these little robots as sort of like the coin kiosk, so that you can actually do, like use the machine to actually do your laundry. Wow, my clutter decor selections were very questionable at best up here. I can't wait to come in and update update this. Um, Now that we have walls, I can actually properly partition the toilets. Although I mean, I don't hate the waterfalls. But yeah, that's what's going on in here. So that was the again finale um tour that was chosen. But because we have so many new visitors and friends, and this is literally like one of the oldest builds in my oh, okay, let's see. Streamlays posting Zog. Okay, I don't know what that is. So I'm so sorry, Charisse. And also decorated, so I got frustrated trying to find the pink cracks. Yeah, those events absolutely drive me crazy. I found, I think, most of the pink cracks, but I know I didn't finish that event for that very reason. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I want to make sure I say it. So let me know if it's a sh or a sia. But welcome to the parlor. Thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing. My valley is fully decorated. Actually, you can thank you, Flower Loki. I have a series. So every week for the past 7 weeks at this point, I have shared one of my new biomes. So today was Sunlit Plateau. Next week is going to be Forgotten Lands. So you can actually go to this link to see the full playlist of all my biomes thus far. After we do the Forgotten Lands, I will either be doing a full valley tour or a full valley interiors tour. They're both going to happen. They're part 9 and 10. It's just a question of which one happens first. And then actually I'm really excited because once I finish those 2 parts, I'm going to rank all of the house skins that I have, from my faves to least faves. So I'm really excited. So yeah, that's the playlist if you just want to see the rest of my valley. Alicia, thank you so much. All right, perfect, because I know it can go both ways and I want to make sure I'm saying everyone's name correctly to the best of my ability. Good night, Jay. Thank you again for stopping in. It was really great having you here. All right, now let us, since again we have so many new people, I have a newer build that I have been working on the, well, updating. I have been slowly working on updating my older builds. So while we're up here, I'll just let you guys take a peek at that before we wrap up for the night. And that is my confectionery building. So this was an old build, and I have been little by little going in and kind of updating it. See, there's food, for example. Did I actually label this one? No, I forgot. I'm not in my house. What am I talking about? So this is going to be my confectionery. I think I got around to all of the rooms, but let's just double check. So yes, this is the sweets room. It's really bright in here. I should have given you guys a warning. I'm still working on the layout of some of the foods. That's why there's some on the floor. But this is the sweets room, the sweet shop in the confectionery. So this is where, like, much to their chagrin, the parents would send their kids off or the kids would at least try to run off to this room, to kind of like just literally, this is like the sugar rush room, if you will, compared to this room, which is like the main lobby where you're checking out or making reservations and things like that. I don't think I did this room, but the reason I say making reservations, oh, I did get to finish this room. Um, this is the like the freezer room, if you will, the cold room. This is where you're gonna get your slushies and your ice creams, and your smoothies. So this is the chilled sweets, and we are going to pretend for the purposes of this room that the shelves are syrups, not beauty products. And then the last room, so the reason I said reservations is I wanted this to be like a place like where like they could actually book it to host parties and like a gifting room. And so that is what's in this back room. Melissa, I have to start dialysis soon, so I'll have to add you to my list. Oh, well, first of all, Melissa, I am sending you all the healing vibes. I will definitely hold you in my heart to make sure everything goes well. But also I'm honored. Thank you for adding me to that list. That makes me really, really happy. To just be even just a small part of your comfort, to be part of your recovery. Thank you so much. I am honored. And here we go. So I wanted this to be like a little gifting room where, or like, you know, parents could reserve it for their kids' birthday parties, or, you know, grown-ups, bridal shower, a tea party with your friends. For my 30th birthday, I definitely had a tea party with my friends, a tea party brunch with my friends. So that is what this back room is. So I figured I would balance out an old build that hasn't been updated yet with an old build that has been updated. So I built this again a year ago, and then I went in over the summer and finally decided to put some updated touches on it, some final touches on it. So yeah, Raiders, you guys came in at the perfect time. So that is where I'm going to end stream. Thank you to everyone who hung out today. Thank you for 70 likes. Wow, the last time I looked it was at 40. So thank you to 70 for 70 likes. Thank you for every creator that was here today. Sarah, I know he's gone, he's lurking. Crest, Cozy Crest Plays, Topher from Topher's Tavern. I feel like I am missing someone. Charge it to my head, not my heart. My memory's actually really terrible. But thank you for all of you for hanging out with me. Hi, Alex. I love your bills. I'm fighting with my eyelids, but we'll definitely don't fight it, Alex. Don't worry. I'm about to head out too. So right behind you. Don't fight it. Again, I just started streaming. So I'm still working through my streaming schedule. However, I will be streaming again twice this week. Tomorrow is going to be a pumpkin harvesting. I will actually take you guys up there. We are going to be hanging out here, and it's literally just going to be a pure ASMR stream. Once I nail down the time, that will go up on my channel. And so it's just going to be the soothing, cathartic sounds of harvesting 2,240 pumpkins, selling the pumpkins, opening the orbs. This is just to kind of give you guys an overview, and I do have a video on my channel of how my pumpkin island makes me money. So we're going to be harvesting this entire island. It's just going to be an ASMR stream that is happening tomorrow late afternoon, early evening, and then I will be streaming it again on Wednesday, not during the showcase. I want to be a spectator. I want to take it all in and take notes. But I will be streaming in the afternoon after the showcase so we can dissect and geek out together. And then the next video that's going up on my channel, like I said, is going to be my Forgotten Lands on next Sunday the 19th. My schedule will be up on the post page so you guys can see that. Thank you again so much for hanging out. I had a really great time. We got so much done. We got our fish storage done. We did some decorating. When we come back, I'll also show you guys the finished product of the fish floor once I go in and kind of, you know, do my little razzle dazzle, put a little Danbury-ness on it some more. Alicia, I'm glad you found me too, and I'm glad you subscribed. I'm actually working my way to 500. Over the weekend, we actually crossed over 200. So thank you for every Lord, lady, and gem who is subscribed to the channel. I legit started the channel end of August. I started streaming 11 days ago, and you guys have been nothing but amazing and supportive. I recognize many of you from other streams, so it already feels like, you know, we all know each other here. So thank you, Lori. Sending you all the love. Bug, sending you all the love. Melissa, sending you all the love. Melissa, I am on Discord, but it's not my Discord. So you can find me in Sarah's Discord, and a few other creators' Discords. I do not have the bandwidth to run a Discord of my own. That is simply not my ministry. But outside of YouTube, you can find me on Instagram and Pinterest and Threads. Lady Danbury Plays, exactly how it sounds. Like if you just kind of like an environment that's not just watching a video or like a one-sided stream, as it were. I hang out on Instagram a lot, Threads a lot, and Pinterest if just, you know, for inspiration. But I am in Sarah's Discord to answer your question. Lori, harvest the pumpkins with me tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. If you are available, we can do it together. So yes, thank you again. This was an amazing stream. We had an amazing time. I went over my allotted time, but worth it. Totally worth it. All right, let's get ready to pack it up. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Sunday. If it's already Monday for you, I know time zone changes and what's not. If it's already Monday for you, if it's Sunday, I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening. Lainey, hello and goodbye. We're actually wrapping up, but I'm so glad you were able to catch the tail end, Lainey. I hope you guys have an amazing end of the weekend, start to your week. 3 more sleeps until we get the showcase. I can't wait to see you guys after the showcase so we can see if all of our predictions come to pass. And until next time, stay cozy and stay regal. Bye.